in the fourth quarter in most of their games last year. So when the fourth quarter comes around, this needs to be a tight game, and the Bulls have got to turn it up a notch.
How about run and stop the run? I love this one.
Yeah, it's the obvious key to this game. The Bulls have some new players in the backfield, Cartavius Thornton, Sam Franklin, Alvin Isaac is back, but they've got to move the chains. They've got to run the ball. And on the other side, they cannot allow Boise State to move the chains methodically with the running game. They've got to get off the field.
And, Joey, they've got to run the football because what that does is that makes them unpredictable on offense. If they can get some yardage, that allows Byron Brown to throw the ball around. You've got to run it to set up the pass with this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the core value of Alex Golish's offense. Run and set up explosives off that run.
How about play a clean game? You're asking for a lot on day one.
You are, mistakes are to be made on the opening day all over the country. But for the Bulls to win this game, they cannot have 12 penalties. They cannot have 4 turnovers. They cannot have mental mistakes. They can have some mistakes, just not a lot of them, and certainly not mistakes at bad times in the game.
Joey's final key to this game today is win in the margins.
Win in the margins. Alex Golish loves this one. That's play great special teams, stay away from penalties, get hit in yardage. These little things add up to big things. So the Bulls have got to be near flawless in these margins that they play outside of the conventional offensive and defense. If the Bulls can pick up some yardage and points in those margins, it could be the win. It could be the way they win this game.
Once again, this is from Joey's article on Go USF Bulls this week, and he goes in depth on each of those points, if possible. I mean, just gave us a lot of information right there, and you can check that out again on GoUSFBulls.com. Get Crazy has been a segment that's kind of taken on a life of its own here over the last couple of years, and by God, we're doing it again this year.
By popular demand.
Because the public demands it.
I actually was going back and forth because, we got a new audience on Q105, and a bit subconsciously I'm thinking, okay, what are these guys talking about getting crazy? But we get serious while we're crazy.
Yeah.
Because this is serious information we're going to impart upon you. And then also, just for the sheer entertainment factor of Sam, doesn't really prepare for this segment, but he just comes out and whatever's on his mind, that's what I want to hear anyway. Sam, I know you haven't made your prediction yet in your head, have you?
Nope.
Okay. Sam, were you able to pay to park today, or did you talk your way into the...
Yeah, how did that go?
You said about my parking?
Yeah. Did you talk your way in because he didn't have his parking pass?
I let down the window 2 inches, and I just nod my head, and typically I get what I want.
That's a veteran move.
I thought you were going to drop. You know me from Family Feud?
Yeah. I that's an easy one.
Yeah.
But I want it to be more of an executive style experience. I want him to be like, all right, by what this guy just did, I know he's important. The key is 5% tint. You let your window down 2 inches, you nod your head, and they let you drive by.
That is great.
Well, as a sports writer, the rule of thumb was always for a road game, if you didn't have the parking pass in your hand, you were in trouble. I drove with Sam to a road game once and was panicking because we didn't have a parking pass. Sam just said, "We're good," and we were.
And you were.
And we were.
Just for anyone that doesn't know the Family Feud reference, as one of the NFLPA members, defense obviously, with the great Javon Curse and Booger McFarland and them, you soundly defeated the offense, NFLPA, but you also were the guy they called on to come through, like we do here for you, with the clutch in the bonus round, and you won it with your answers, my friend. Are you over that experience? Because I'm not. It was great.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to figure out how to change my identity and finagle my way into that experience again.
Yeah.
Or you know what, guys? Maybe we take on another. It's 5 of us. We can. I'm sorry, I miscounted. It's 6 of us.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting left out. But I'll be the coach, right? I'll be the.
No.
But
you were clutch. You were clutch. You got to be the guy.
Well, maybe we can figure out a sub situation. But guys, that was an awesome experience to be there with some of those legends. And when we had some initial dialogue and they did a test and they say, all right, Sam, we're going to bring it up. So me and my kids, we watch that show all the time. So I had to make sure that we stood on business like these young guys say and get the job done.
Celebrities, Family Feud, great stuff. We could go top 4 answers on the board for Get Crazy if we'd like to go that way.
Well, we got 2 minutes, so let's get right to it. I'm going to say, because Boise State leads the nation 18 straight games with a 100-yard rusher, no one's within 7 of that. The Bulls, in honor of Q105, will not let anyone on Boise State run for more than 105 yards.
Okay.
105 hits, I win. Thank you.
All right.
I like that.
By the way, Joey Johnston got 2 correct out of 12 games last year, was it? 13 games, actually.
Yeah.
And the 2, 1 going away, by the way,
Yeah.
getting 2 correct. That's how tough this segment is. Joey, you're up.
Well, I forgot to bring my Get Crazy belt from last year, but you just have to take my word for it that I won it. So what I see tonight is I see the Bulls scoring 4 touchdowns. I believe that 3 of them will be scored by players who have transferred from another school.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I like that.
Little complicated, a little
I
too
like
complicated actually, but I'll go with it.
Sam, you talked your way in. Let's see how you do on Get Crazy today.
Yes, sir. I'm going to focus on my guys, right? Who would I be if I wasn't focusing on linebacker? I like Jalen. I like within that linebacker core,
Yeah.
I like a first forced fumble and an interception, okay? Within that
That's
linebacker
good.
core
That's
between
a small
Jalen
core.
Schuler,
Do the
Matt Harris,
B-backers
and the
count
rest of
against
their
the
guys.
linebackers?
Nope,
Just
I'm
hope.
going right with my guys.
All right.
High stakes, big reward.
So it has to be a forced fumble and an interception.
Yeah, well, forced fumble, interception, fumble recovery.
Okay, all right.
Gotcha.
I
That's
just
good.
want the
But you
record
can't
keeping
have
department.
2 linebackers get us down on the same plane unless they both legitimately get it. So that's all right.
Record keeping people, they keep up with this in the post game.
They sure do.
All right, so I'm last as always because I don't ever get these right. Boise led the nation in 2024 with 55 sacks, best in the country. They will not get a sack tonight.
Ooh, I like
Zip,
that.
0, zilch, nada, niet.
Crazy.
Bagel City for Boise tonight here at Raymond James Stadium. It's the Bulls and the Broncos, South Florida, with an opportunity to knock off the 25th ranked team in the country. Up next, the architect, Alex Golish, as he talks with Jim Lau. Take it away, Coach.
First game of 2025 is coming up, the Bulls in Boise State, and head coach Alex Golish joins us. Coach, it's been months and months of hard work. So the deep philosophical question here, how do you feel going into this year?
I think I feel about the same as I do going into week 1. You just want to see the guys go play. You want to see the coaches coach and the guys play and kind of let it all out and see what happens. Probably there's real confidence there, but there's always this anxiety of I just want to see him play. And so we're excited. I'm really, really excited.
Heading into year 3, and we've talked a lot the last couple years about depth, and I'm guessing when you take over a program and it's a complete, total rebuild like this one was, the depth is probably one of the later things to come along. Now in year 3, do you think you're there with that? Do you have guys beyond the 2 deep that you feel good about giving snaps to?
Yeah, I think we're built really uniquely. We've got a bunch of older guys, a bunch of guys that have played football on this level. And then you got a bunch of young guys that you feel like have really, really promising futures that are really exciting. They just got to go play. They need real game experience. And I think no matter what you do in practice, no matter what you do in the offseason, there's no substitute for game experience. And so we've got a lot of young guys that we feel really good about. Now they got to go play football too. And so you feel like you've got depth. You feel like you've got more capable guys. But until they go do it, it's really hard to say.
Boise State today, they love to run the football. They love to throw to the big tight ends, physical, lots of success over a sustained period of time. How do you battle them?
Yeah, one play at a time. I think our guys understand what it is in terms of physicality. I think our guys understand what it is in terms of their no-quit mentality. We've talked the entire week, really 2 weeks, and in a lot of ways for the last 9 months about getting it to the fourth quarter and us being the tougher, more mentally tough, more physically tough football team. Playing a team that's been there, done that. That's what the story of their year a year ago, and really a story of what they've been over the last 20 years. And we're not fighting the last 20 years. We're not playing the last 20 years. We're playing today. And it's us versus them, and it's one-on-one matchups across the board. And at the end of the day, it's which team can be tougher for 4 quarters.
Everybody's interested in Byram except for the cameo in Hawaii. We haven't seen him since the end of September. What kind of a camp has he had? What do you think he's got on the table for this game?
Yeah, I'd say you're going to see the most confident, most physically and mentally ready Byram you've seen. He's he's on another level right now in terms of his ability to make decisions, his timing, his ball placement, his leadership in a lot of ways. He's a really, really confident version of himself. I think a step back, and I think when you get the game taken away from you, I think it makes you come back and work maybe even harder. And he's a young man that's always worked extremely hard. He's a young man that's super self-aware of where he is and what he's doing. He's prepared like a true pro here over the last 7-8 months.
Watching this team practice throughout camp, both the offensive and defensive lines just look bigger. I know that's not very scientific, but they kind of play bigger out there. Are you pleased with the progress of those two units in terms of not only size but ability and depth as well?
Yeah, I think at those positions you never feel like you probably have enough depth, but there's certainly more size there now. There's certainly more grit. I think they understand the challenge ahead of them. This is one of the best rushing offenses in the country from a year ago. Lose maybe the best player in college football from a year ago, and then you look at what was behind them. You're like, man, they kept recruiting there, and so they know the challenge ahead of them defensively. I think offensively, we've always hung our hat on running this football, and they know the challenge ahead of them there. This is a defensive line and really
in the fourth quarter of most of their games last year. So when the fourth quarter comes around, this needs to be a tight game, and the Bulls have got to turn it up a notch.
How about run?
What they've done against the run themselves. So it'll be a huge matchup in the trenches for sure.
You've talked throughout camp about winning in the margins, the importance of special teams, new punter, new return men. Nico takes over full-time as place kicker, so a lot of changes there. What's that unit going to look like?
Yeah, that's a unit that you're excited to go see play for the first time. You've got a young guy in Nico who showed a year ago as our kickoff guy in some deep field goal situations that there's no moment too big. He's as focused of a young man as I've ever been around. It's been fascinating to watch his growth. You look at Chase as the punter. He punted at Lamar a year ago, was an All-American there. He's older. He's confident. I think we'll pick up where we left off there. So I'm excited to see that unit, those guys go perform. In the return game, it's been Sean Atkins as a punt returner for a couple of years now. So it'll be awesome to see these guys go out there with Josh and Tab and give them the opportunity to go make plays with the ball. And then the kick returners, all brand new, completely brand new. We're excited, though. We're excited. We feel like we've got speed back there. We feel like we've got a make you miss and a burst that you've got guys that'll go run through the smoke, hopefully is an advantage for us. It's always been an advantage for us since we've been here, but hopefully it truly is the difference for us tonight in the special teams phases.
Coach, thanks. Have fun tonight. Season is finally here.
I appreciate it. Go Bulls.
Head coach of the Bulls, Alex Golish, stay with us. Kickoff approaches. Bulls and Boise State when we return on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
The Bulls are ready to stampede. This season of South Florida Bulls football is presented by TGH, Tampa General, the region's only academic health system.
We're almost set to kick it off.
Now, along with Sam Barrington and Joey Johnston, here's the voice of the Bulls, Jim Lapp, on Q105.
Raymond James Stadium, the site for the opener 2025 first ever meeting between the South Florida Bulls and the Broncos of Boise State. Jim Lauk, Sam Barrington with you in the booth. Looking forward to this one. Sunny skies, temperatures in the 90s. 8 months since Hawaii, Sam. How long does it take to get the jitters out in the first game of the year? Is it one hit or is it before that?
Well, I think it depends on what position you play, Jim. And, hopefully you know, you get the jitters out during warm-ups or whatever the case may be. But I think from a defensive player's perspective, it's definitely that first hit. But it can't just be a hit. It has to be a successful tackle. It has to be one where you're winning, you know, that side of, you know, the collision. Because if you go out there and you get wiped out, then you're still going to have jitters, and it's probably going to make those jitters a bit worse.
We've talked so much over the past couple of years about the offensive and defensive line. Maybe they should be a little bigger. Maybe they should be a little deeper. Maybe this, maybe that. They've really addressed that in the offseason. We have to see what these guys look like on the field. But is it that simple to look at those two units and say that's where it all flows from?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's listen, you can't play physical football. You can't run the ball or defend the run if you don't have, you know, size and experience and talent on the defensive, offensive lines. So I'm really impressed by what USF has done these past few seasons. I mean, this offseason and getting this offensive line and defensive line beefed up and deep, you know what I mean? Because you can have 5 solid guys, but guess what? What if one of those guys go down and you got a hole in your offensive line? Both sides of the ball have about 7 or 8 guys who can really step in and perform and help these line units perform well and protect the quarterback or get after the quarterback.
Joey Johnston is down on the field. Joey, good news. Only 5 more months and the temperature is going to moderate a little bit.
Yeah.
You're almost there, buddy. Hang in there.
I know. It's actually, Jim, it's not awful bad at the moment. It's a lot better than I imagined it would be. I think we're going to be able to live through this. But, again, the big thing is it doesn't appear to be rain or a delay, so we can certainly live with that. And it's a little bit warm, but it's not, you know, desert warm, so we'll be fine down here.
Is the temperature a factor, or do we make too much of that?
I think we've made too much of it based on what I'm feeling right now. It feels like just a kind of a garden variety warm day. This is not in my top 10 USF sideline heat games by any stretch of the imagination. So Boise State may have gotten a break here.
What do you make of Byron Brown's fall camp? Everybody in the coaching staff has been glowing in their description of his play, but bottom line is it's almost a calendar year since we've seen him. What do you expect?
You know, I hope that he will return to his 2023 form. He certainly has the physical tools that puts him in a class almost by himself in the country in terms of a 6'3", 230-pound plus guy that can run and deliver the football. But as you said, a calendar year, and part of that calendar year was not a great 2024 performance. So it's been a long time since he's been the Byron Brown that we've come to know and love. But here he's got an opportunity to get it done on a national stage. We'll see. We hear that he's got a chip on his shoulder. We hear that he is, you know, biding his time. He's extra determined. So here's his opportunity. And I know he's a hard-working kid, and his heart is in the right place. So let's hope he gets off to a great start tonight.
It'll be something to watch, definitely. Brown had 0 interceptions last year. But, Sam, we think about some of those missed throws downfield against Alabama where opportunities were there and the Bulls were unable to connect. It's difficult to analyze that 2024 year for Byron because it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
But we saw him in a full season in 2023, and we know how special he can be.
Yeah, I mean, we know how special he can be, and I think last year, right, even though he went out earlier in the year, there were some things that you saw where it's like, okay, we can build on this, and then there was also some things you saw where it's like this has to get fixed if you want to be a competitive quarterback at this level. I think what has transpired since Byron Brown has last taken the field is growth, it's maturity. You know, he's been humbled by not being able to play, and I think that really grows you, you know, from a player standpoint. Anybody is changed by that, not being able to do something that you love. So I'm really excited to see what Byron Brown is able to do for this team today and for his fans here at USF. But most importantly, I think Byron Brown is a very talented player. And I think when he puts it all together, he can sling them with the best of them.
5 minutes till kick. One more break, and then we're back to get it started. Bulls and Boise State coming up on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
At Joe Cool Home Services, we know teachers and first responders give everything to keep our community strong. Now it's our turn to give back. Every teacher and first responder who signs up at joecoolair.com receives a free year-long total plan membership valued at $800. That's 2 HVAC checkups, a plumbing inspection, a hot water heater flush, 15% off services, and more. Go to joecoolair.com for your free total plan.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. What happened to the men?
What men?
The men who were coming to see the business you started in our garage.
Oh, those men.
The business you started in our garage that was going to change the world.
They left.
Why would they leave?
I couldn't get the garage door open.
You didn't get Banco overhead doors to service our garage door?
I was saving us money.
And now the business you started in our garage is not going to change the world.
I think the noise scared them away.
Banco overhead doors reminds you to get your annual garage door tune-up. It could be the most important decision you ever make. Schedule now at bancodoors.com.
You're locked in with the Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Getting ready for the coin toss here momentarily. Bulls about to take the field. On opening day 2005, Bulls on the road the next 2 weeks. They won't be home again until September 20th. Joey, we look at that offense, and Bulls have a lot of new faces in the offensive backfield. Every team goes through it these days, but roster turnover is part of college football. For the Bulls, though, got to have that scorecard handy when they hand the ball off.
Yeah, we have been very familiar with the running backs, but now it's a whole new cast, some new guys to get to know that we haven't seen play yet. Cartavius Norton, the transfer from Charlotte, Sam Franklin, the transfer from Oklahoma by way of Tennessee Martin, and of course Alvin Isaac, who we know a little bit about, but he'll have a much bigger role this year. So it looks like the Bulls have a good amount of speed and size and depth, but we've got to see it on the field, so we're going to learn it as we go.
Alvin Isaac with 6 carries last year, the top returning ball carrier for South Florida. He'll be in the mix today along with Franklin and Norton. Bulls are taking the field wearing all black, combination of white and blue for Boise State. And Sam, this Boise State team playing out in the Mountain West, kind of in the middle of nowhere, has really set the tone for a lot of college football teams. Not only success, but sustained success. They win year after year, made it all the way to the playoffs a year ago. They've provided quite a blueprint for a lot of teams on the college football landscape.
Yeah, speak about blueprint, Jim. How about that football field out there in Idaho that they play on? And that's when I first learned about Boise State. I think I was probably in middle school or just got in high school, and I'm playing NCAA football, and I'm like, why is their field blue? And then next thing you know, years after years, you're seeing them have, like you say, the sustained success, and then putting guys out into college football. I mean, the NFL, and those guys having success. So this program is a really good program. They do things the right way. They have a very strong culture, and they're ready to compete today.
Football season.
Coin toss time.
Visiting team, what is your call? Heads. Heads is the call. It is tails.
Bulls win the toss.
Defer. You want the football. Which way?
Bulls will defer.
Kick that way. South Florida has won the toss. Defer to the second half. Boise State will receive.
Tell you about that blue field, Sam. I was out there in 1992 for South Florida basketball in the NCAA tournament. I met a guy out by the field with a big broom, and he said, "I'm the bird guy." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I'm the guy that sweeps up the dead birds when they think the blue field is water."
Oh, man.
And that's apparently an ongoing thing there because that's such a deep blue. It confuses the birds.
I mean, that has to be unethical. I'm surprised some bird nationalist or bird whisperer hasn't blown the whistle on Boise State for killing birds in Idaho.
Don't say we don't provide the opponent trivia here on the pregame show. We've got it all. All right, the Bulls will defer. They will run the defense out there first. White helmets, white jerseys, blue pants for the Boise State Broncos. All black for South Florida. Bulls coming off back-to-back 7 and 6 seasons. Bowl wins in each of the 2 years under Alex Golish. Now it's year 3. And the players, the coaches, and the fan base are united, Sam, in thinking that this is the year you take a big step forward.
Yeah, I think when you take a look at what Golish has done these first 2 years and how he's done a lot with little at times, you know, he took a pretty beaten and battered team in year 1 and he took them to a bowl game, had some really good wins and you could see the team was growing and maturing. And then in year 2, he did some things that you didn't expect him to do. I mean, your quarterback goes down and you still find a way to go out and get 7 wins and get into a bowl game. Now you have an opportunity to put it all together in year 3. That's how it happens in college football. You got 3 years to go out and do something. Everybody thinks this is the year. I'm part of that everybody group, and I want to see a good game today against Boise State.
Bulls getting ready to kick off. Malik Sherrod is deep for Boise State. It is Adam Zugawi to kick off for South Florida. Nico Gramatica will be the primary place kicker. Zugawi takes over on kickoff duties. Bulls will be going from our right to our left. They are kicking toward the student section. Ball in the air. We're underway for 2025. Sherrod on the run, catches at the 3. Up the center of the field, fighting to get to the 20, and he'll just barely get there. Nice coverage for South Florida, and Boise State will start right around the 20-yard line. Boise State quarterback is a veteran, Maddox Madsen, 3,018 passing yards a year ago, 23 touchdowns. Pretty mobile, too. He ran for 5 scores. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Tight end in motion. Handoff up the middle. Not a lot there, but able to spin off is Sherrod. He'll get to the 23. Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Boise State is going to try to establish the run game. They waste no time on play 1.
Yeah, it's their identity, Jim, and they want to get this ball ran early and find out how USF is competing and how are they lining up against different formations. So this isn't about, hey, let's find a way to get down the field. They're trying to establish some precedence and understand where USF is aligning at this point so they can be successful later on in the game.
This time they will throw, swinging it out far side. It's caught, and this will be enough for the 1st down out near the 35-yard line. Latrell Caples with his first reception. And Boise State moves the sticks, gain of 12. They'll mark it on the 36-yard line.
Again, just tempo-style plays, nothing big shots-wise. They're just finding their rhythm, and quarterbacks who are seasoned and have a lot of experience, they know that this game progresses. They don't need to do too much early on.
From the 36, 1st and 10, wide receiver in motion. They flare it out that way, and the Bulls drill him right after the catch. Rucker made the tackle. It goes for virtually no gain. Bulls really read that well, and it'll be 2nd down and long.
You know, Jim, we talked about it in the pregame. how soon does it take you to get your jitters out? Rutgers just deleted all of his jitters with that hit. That was a nice tackle.
Cameron Bates made the catch. 2nd down and 8. Sire Gaines now the running back. They throw to him. He's caught it at the 40, diving for the first down marker. Looks like he's short. Another tackle for Rucker. Needed the 46. They gave him the 45. It's 3rd and 1. Boise State on 3rd downs last year, outstanding. They committed 49% completion rate on 3rd downs. 3rd down and 1 here. They need a full yard. Madsen over center. Gaines the running back. Tight end comes in tight. Handoff, Gaines, and he'll get the first down. Got 2 out to the 47. And it'll be another 1st and 10. Schuler on the tackle.
And they're a confident team in their run game, Jim. I mean, from a size standpoint, they outweigh USF's defensive line. And, so 2nd and short, they're not at a place where they think they need to get too creative. They just ran right at USF.
Already the 6th play of the drive. Sherrod was split out to the left. He now comes back to the backfield. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 47. Madsen to throw, caught near the 50. It'll be a short gain. It's one of the tight ends, Matt Wagner. They love to throw to their tight ends. That's their first one today. They'll mark it on the 49 of the Bulls for a gain of 4. 3 passes and 4 runs so far for the Broncos in this drive. 2nd down, inside Bulls territory for the first time. Madsen over center. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Sherrod the back. He gets the football, makes a nice cut, and gets inside the 40 for another first down. Boise State just methodically moving the ball downfield. They're at the 38 of the Bulls, make it the 39, and it's 1st and 10.
Mac Harris, the experienced middle linebacker for USF, got a little held up. Looks like he got his read down wrong. He's going to need to be a force to keep this Boise State offense from being successful in the run game.
41 yards on the drive so far. 1st and 10 from the Bulls 39. Madsen to throw, looking long, flushed out of the pocket, rolling right, dumps it off, incomplete on the near sideline. Tried to get it to Matt Lauder. He's the other tight end. And the Bulls got some good pressure on Madsen that time.
Yeah, really good job. It's one of those play-action boot styles plays. And you usually look to the 2nd level, Jim, not the 1st level. The 1st level is the 2nd option. But Mac Harris did a great job turning and burning and getting into the passing lane of that 2nd level and taking the route away from the receiver.
Dylan Riley now in the backfield on 2nd down and 10. He gets the call, and the Bulls wrap him up in a hurry. Jalen Schuler right at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and long.
We talk about Mac Harris and Jalen Schuler. Those guys are 2 names you're going to hear all day, especially if Boise State plans to use their run game to be successful against this defense. Jalen Schuler is a guy who experienced injuries last year, but he was one of the bright spots for this defense. He has the size, he has the speed, and he's a physical guy at the linebacker position.
10th play of the drive, empty backfield, 3rd and 10 from the Bulls' 39-yard line. Madsen to throw, dumps it off. Sherrod, he is stopped short, it's knocked away. Ball is loose, Bulls recover. Turnover, South Florida. The Bulls with a takeaway on a big hit, and they've got the football. Looked like Mac Harris forced it. The little slant to Sherrod, and that ball went flying. And the Bulls have the football. They will take over with 9:45 remaining in the first quarter. First takeaway of the year belongs to the Bulls. Schuler with the recovery. We're back after this on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
You know the power and energy the Bulls bring every game day. Imagine that same energy powering your home. With Lunex Power, you can harness the sun's force just like our teams harness their drive on the gridiron. Get in the game with an environmentally friendly, cost-saving solar electric system and score big savings on your energy bills. Kick off your solar journey today at lunexpower.com, your local family-owned solar energy provider. Go green, go team, and go solar.
I heard a loud bang in my garage, and now the door won't go up.
Yeah, it sounds like the spring broke.
Can you fix it?
Your dad can fix a lot of things, but that's a dangerous job.
Who should I call?
I'd go with Banco Overhead Doors. I tried another company when my spring broke and found out later how much they overcharged me.
Really?
Yeah, and I should have replaced both springs, too. So now I have Banco service my garage door.
I knew I could bank on the best.
You mean Banco?
I was talking about you.
Thanks, honey.
Banco Overhead Doors reminds you to get your annual garage door tune-up. Schedule now at bancodoors.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is your head football coach, Alex Golish. The new radio home for Bulls football is Q105.
The football team hits the road next Saturday, September 6th, to take on the Florida Gators in Gainesville. Kickoff set for 4:15. Radio pregame starts at 3:15 on the new flagship station for South Florida football, Q105. The Bulls get the takeaway, Joey. If two guys on that defensive unit were going to combine for the first one, you figured Harris and Schuler were pretty good bets.
And two guys that have both led this team in tackles, two inseparable best friends. So what a great way for the defense to debut here in 2025.
1st and 10, South Florida on the Bulls' 39-yard line. Bulls will open with two wide receivers, one to the right, one to the left. Now they'll send two wide right. Cartavius Norton is the running back. Moody Rubin in motion. They flare it out to the right, and a lot of white shirts there. The Bulls lucky that didn't get picked off. Keyshawn Singleton made the catch, but he's going to lose a yard. 2nd and 11, and the Bulls ready to roll again from the 38. Another quick pass into traffic, and that one's broken up. Boy, oh boy, the Bulls have tried to flare it out to the right quickly 2 times in a row, and there have been a lot of white jerseys there. 3rd down and 11. Brown up to the line of scrimmage, directing traffic, plenty of time on the play clock. Now looking at the sideline. Play clock down to 6. Brown to throw. Flushed out, and he will be sacked back near the 25-yard line. So the Bulls' first offensive possession goes backwards, and they'll have to punt on 4th and long.
Yeah. This Boise State defense, right, they've historically gotten after the ball very well, and I think they just overwhelmed USF's offensive line with some games up front, sent to 5 guys, and they got to Byron Brown fairly easy. So these guys will need to get to the sideline and regroup and figure out how to protect their quarterback, because that's a very troubling sight to give up that type of pressure so early in the game.
Braxton Felly had the sack. Sherrod is the deep man. Chase Leon to punt. Along the far sideline, that will hit down and take a South Florida roll before going out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So both teams come up short in their first offensive possession. 48 yards on the punt. And it'll be marked at the 27-yard line of Boise State. Bulls without Derek Bowman on the offensive line. He is injured, so Jack Wiltie starting on the right side, Zane Herring on the left side, and Boise State made it difficult on the Bulls' first offensive possession. Now the Broncos with the football. They flare it out to the right. It's caught, and the Bulls stuff this one right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard for Quentin Brown. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
A really good thing to see, Jim, is you got defensive backs for USF that are tackling well on the perimeter, and these guys are guys who are new to the starting lineup. So to see these guys playing so well on the perimeter is a real bright spot and a testament to what this coaching staff has done in the offseason.
2nd down and 9. Madsen going to throw again. Decent protection. Now dumps it off, and it's incomplete, trying to get it to Sherrod. Madsen had a little bit of time, but when it broke down, and the Bulls were getting after him.
Yeah, I mean, they just had things covered, Jim, and then, guys are looking back and getting into their pass. I mean, their pass drop lanes, and he had 5 guys out looking for routes, but all the guys were covered because USF is just doing a good job early in this game in getting into their pass drops.
3rd down and 9. Bulls defense looking for another stop. Madsen looking to throw near sideline, almost picked off. It's incomplete. Jarvis Lee had a great shot at it, couldn't pull it in, but it's time to punt for Boise State.
Yeah, I can't sit here. I can't tell you which one was better, right, or which one was worse. Jarvis Lee had an excellent pass drop. He had the flats, and he was about 2 yards from USF sideline and probably just turned around a half a second too late. But that was also a horrible pass by Boise State's quarterback.
Josh Porter, the deep man, rugby-style kick, high end over end, fair catch called for and made at the 25, and a late flag comes down. So we've got our first penalty of 2025. I think it's going against the Broncos. There are actually multiple flags down. So the Bulls defense, a takeaway and a stop. The offense going to be back on the field in a moment, but let's see what the flag is.
There are 2 fouls in the play, 1 by each team. Illegal formation on the kicking team. More than 4 players in the backfield at the snap. During the kick, holding, number 31, receiving team. Those penalties offset. We'll replay 4th down.
So we'll kick again. South Florida penalty on Jair Murphy, a defensive back. Bulls would have had the ball at the 25, so we'll see if this works out better or worse for them. .7:41 to go, first quarter, scoreless. On opening day 2025, the Gators in Gainesville. Up next, a week from Saturday. Broncos ready to punt once again. Oscar Doyle, the punter. Another high end over end kick. Porter catches at the 21, makes a couple men miss, comes up the near sidelines, and he's out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. That's a nice return for Porter. Got about 10 yards out of it, and the Bulls will start at their 31.
You know what? Punt return has to be one of the most exciting plays in the game of football because there's always an opportunity for a big play. You make one of those first guys miss, and you make that second guy miss, and there's 5 to 10 yards of separation. You put that ball in the end zone. And Porter, he's a guy who has amazing speed. He's definitely someone that's going to impact his team from a special team standpoint as long as he can keep the ball secure, Jim.
He stepped out of bounds at the 29, so that's where the Bulls will start with the ball when we come back after this timeout. Midway through the first quarter, scoreless in Tampa on the South Florida Bulls radio network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is is good.
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab, where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
We'll also have live play-by-play of select soccer and volleyball matches this fall. And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
3-ball right side. Yeah!
Wow.
We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hester! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
What does New South Proud mean? It means you can save 40% on windows and doors. And not just any windows and doors. We're talking American-made windows and doors that offer premium protection from hurricanes, intruders, and noise. From people who've been the best in the business for over a decade. Don't wait. Get 40% off American-made windows and doors crafted to keep your home safer. Offer good until August 31st, 2025. Subject to conditions. Visit newsouthwindow.com/deal for more details.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, junior hot and crispy fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
You are tuned in to USF football on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Great to be back in action for another year. Jim Lout, Sam Barrington, Joey Johnston, Brett Holcomb with you. Derek Sharp, Jim Lighthall will be with you at halftime. Steve Carney at the studio, making sure everything runs smoothly. And so far it is for the Bulls. We're scoreless midway through the first quarter. Rockies Rookies is the official kids club of USF Athletics. Rockies Rookies members receive exclusive merchandise, invitations to special events, free tickets, and more. Find out how to join Rockies Rookies by visiting GoUSFBulls.com. Sam, a little over 1 minute on the Bulls' first offensive drive, so got to have a little more staying power than that as they take over here.
Yeah, I think USF is going to start with the run game and try to get that established, gain a little bit more rhythm than that last drive.
Sam Franklin is the running back. They'll throw to the right side. This is caught, and they'll pick up a couple. That's Mudia Rubin, the former Stanford Cardinal, with his first South Florida catch. He got 4. Second down and 6 at the 33. Now they hand it off. Franklin will get spun down, kept his balance, but it looks like the knee went down at the 34. He'll gain a yard, setting up 3rd and 5. Franklin, the former Oklahoma Sooner, making his Bulls debut. 3rd and 4 from the South Florida 34-yard line. Rubin comes in motion. Brown looking, throws, caught, 35-yard line. It's Singleton, and it'll depend on the spot. I think they're going to put him short. He needed the 39. He got the 38. It's 4th and 1. No hesitation. The Bulls are lining up. 4th down and 1 from the South Florida 38. Tight formation. Brown over center. Looks like a sneak. We'll see if they're going to go or not. Brown stands back up, looks at the sideline. Everybody in tight. 4th and 1, there it is. Brown trying to burrow forward, and it's going to be close. Boise State says no, as you would expect, but it'll depend on the spot. Bulls take a big gamble early, and I don't think they got there, but we'll see. Nope. First down, Boise State. Bulls did not convert on the sneak.
Yeah, well, Jim, that was a little bit more than a sneak, right? We've seen this at the pro level. That is what you call the tush push. And you got three of your guys right from the skill position who are right behind you, and their job is to push the quarterback and push the power forward. However, I think it's typical Coach Golish, right? He's a guy who's bullish, no pun intended, about going for it on 4th and short. I can't necessarily say how I feel about that when I'm a little 50-50, but at the end of the day, believing in your players is the most important thing. However, this does change the field position battle substantially. Let's see what the defense can do.
From the South Florida 39, 1st and 10. Looking to throw long, far sideline, incomplete. Boy, there was some separation there, but Chris Marshall couldn't pull it in. 2nd down coming up. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the South Florida Bulls radio network.
WRBQ FM HD1 HD2 Tampa, WJBR AM Sefner, W276CX Newport Richie, W221DW Tampa. This is South Florida Bulls football.
2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Tight end in motion. And they're going to throw again. Over the middle this time, Marshall hangs on, makes the catch for the 1st down at the 25-yard line. Chris Marshall only had 3 catches last year for the Broncos, makes a big one there, gains 14. A lot more through the air than we might have expected for the Broncos early on in this game. 11 passes, 4 rushes. From the 25, 1st and 10. Marshall in motion. They're going to throw again. Bulls with some pressure, and they will get him about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. DJ Harris was there first. They spun the quarterback around and eventually got him for a 1-yard sack.
Yeah, but I also like how these guys are swarming to the ball, Jim, and they're playing with a level of tenacity we hadn't seen in a while. And I really like it because it imposes fear into the offensive unit, and it also shows them that, hey, you guys like to run the ball, well, we like to run to the ball, and let's just hope USF can keep this up. They're pushing down, and they got their backs against the wall here.
2nd and 11 from the 26. Here is Gaines with the carry, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get about 10. Boy, the Bulls had a great opportunity to set up a 3rd and long. Instead, Sire Gaines able to get a big gain on the left side.
Well, he made a really good move on one of the defensive backs out near Boise State sideline. And listen, this team, they corral good running backs. They keep a few good guys, a few good talented guys on their roster at the running back position. So USF has to make sure they're tackling well. That was probably the first play this quarter that I saw USF tackle poorly.
To the 16-yard line of the Bulls, 1st and 10. Handoff, they run it up the middle, and a yard, maybe 2, setting up 2nd down and 8.
That was
Sherrod with the carry. They're going to mark it on the 15, so that's actually the 3rd down run, so it's 3rd down and 1. They are short of the 1st down marker. 3rd down, make it 4th down and 1. Scoreboard wrong. 3rd down and 1 at the 15. Tight end in motion. Handoff, they run it up the middle, Gaines, and it looks like he's got it. He needs to get inside the 15, and he did. So some confusion on the scoreboard, but they convert the 3rd down and short, and they've got the ball inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, what we're seeing, Jim, is some really competitive play earlier in this game. I mean, Boise State, they're having their wear a bit, but USF is doing well against the run on most cases. So fatigue starts to set in and things like that as these drives get longer. But so far, they're competing fairly well.
Gonna throw it over the middle, incomplete, but a flag comes down. Rucker broke it up, but he's gonna get flagged on the play right near the goal line. That is the 20th play from scrimmage for Boise State. Bulls have run only 7. They were trying to get it to Marshall.
Pass interference, number 22, defense. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul, and automatic. First down.
So the ball's going to go right near the 1 yard line where it will be first down and goal.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. And, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, he really didn't impede the receiver's route too much, but you got to be careful with wrapping those hands around someone, and you got to let him, beat you with his feet, and you got to compete with your feet. Once you start getting those arms in there, those refs are going to see that, and they throw that flag. Rutgers too good of a player to allow things like that to happen.
Bulls get a little bit of a break. They're going to mark it on the 4 yard line, but it will be first and goal. Maddox Madsen has already thrown the ball 11 times, 7 completions. Hands it off, they run it up the middle, it's Gaines. He'll be stopped short at the 1. It'll be second down and goal. This drive coming off the failed 4th and 1 for the Bulls. And Boise State trying to make South Florida pay here late first quarter. 2
Jim,
minutes to go.
Onside is always 20-20. And now, as USF is creeping against their back against the wall, it's like, wow.
They fumble the snap. And back to the line of scrimmage with it is Madsen. He recovered it. They showed an I formation. Maddox never got the snap, but he fell on it and went forward to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's third down and goal. The ball inside the 1 yard line. Again, the I formation and movement by the tight end who was the up back. That'll be a penalty on Boise State. It was Markel Bowens, who is an edge rusher, that was in the offensive backfield.
Snap. Ball start, number 45, offense, 5 yard penalty, still third down.
So that's going to take it back just outside the 5 yard line, and it'll stay third down. Ball between the 5 and the 6. .129 left in the quarter. Gaines is the running back. No I formation now. Tight end in motion, left to right. Throw, slant pattern, caught, and touchdown, Boise State. 6 yard score, and the Broncos are on the scoreboard first. Chris Marshall, redshirt junior, big player on that drive. We mentioned he only caught 3 passes all last year, didn't have a touchdown, but he's got one this year. Extra point coming up. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is good. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining first quarter. The Bulls have run only 7 plays. Boise State has run 22. And South Florida trails 7-0 as we go to break on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
Beef O'Brady's wants your kids to be part of the USF Bulls Player Tunnel. This season, at all USF Bulls home football games, your child can get on the field at Raymond James Stadium as the Bulls get set to take on their rivals. Sign up at Bulls Bay in the South Plaza on game day to be part of this amazing experience. Participation subject to NCAA and American Conference compliance rules. Beef O'Brady's, proud partner of the USF Bulls.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Back to South Florida football on Q105.
For Boise State. Don't miss Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish, the half-hour show hosted by Derek Sharp, Joey Johnston, and Kaylee Cottrell. Can be heard each game week, featuring a different player guest in addition to the head coach. Bullseye is available each Wednesday on your favorite podcast app. Just search South Florida Bulls Audio. And a video version hits each Thursday on the USF Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Sam, not much production from the offense thanks to that 10-yard sack. They are actually in negative numbers in yardage as we approach the final minute of the first quarter. Defense has been pretty stout, but the offense needs to get those guys off the field a little bit and control things.
Yeah, I think they just got to find their rhythm, and what I'd like to see is more Byron Brown in the shotgun formation, just finding his rhythm and doing what he does best. Unleash Byron Brown. The BB gun is what I like to call him. I'm just joking. I literally just made that up, but seriously, we need to see this offense get rolling, and hopefully it happens this drive.
Alvon Isaac is deep. Jaquan Smith is the up back at about the 7. Boise State ready to kick off, leading 7-0. 6-yard touchdown pass, Madsen to Marshall. Shadows starting to cover about half the field. Still plenty of sunshine. Kick is in the air, heading toward Isaac, and he's going to let it sail over his head for a touchback. So the Bulls will take over. Byron Brown is 3 of 4, but only 7 yards. And the Bulls rushing game, 1 yard for Franklin and minus 11 for Brown, thanks to the sack. Cartavius Norton will be the running back, former Charlotte 49er. Christian Neptune will be in the slot out to the right side. 1st and 10 Bulls on the 25. Nimrod in motion. They fake a pitch to him. They give to Norton, and he'll be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Might have pushed the pile for a yard. Looks like they'll give him the 26. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. Bulls up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 50 seconds left in the quarter. 3 wide receivers, wide side right. Brown looking that way, and he's going to be sacked. Inside the 20-yard line, 2nd sack of the day, and the Bulls in a hole again here on 3rd and long. Bulls will lose an offensive lineman for at least 1 play. Helmet came off, so Cole Skinner will check in, and Thomas Schrader will have to check out. Ball is back on the 18. It's 3rd down and 17. 12 seconds left in the quarter. 3 wide receivers right. Full snap. Long throw down the middle of the field. Caught. Chaz Nimrod. 1st down Bulls. Across the 50 to the 49 of Boise State. The Bulls hit their first big play on the final play of the first quarter. 33 yards, Brown to Nimrod, and the Bulls will have a 1st and 10 on the Boise State 45 when we come back for the second quarter. 7-0 Boise State on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
At Joe Cool Home Services, we know teachers and first responders give everything to keep our community strong. Now it's our turn to give back. Every teacher and first responder who signs up at joecoolair.com receives a free year-long total plan membership valued at $800. That's 2 HVAC checkups, a plumbing inspection, a hot water heater flush, 15% off services, and more. Go to joecoolair.com for your free total plan.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
You missed the big meeting with our client.
My noisy garage door finally broke.
I told you to get it serviced by Banco Overhead Doors.
I was trying to save money.
Well, luckily your intern made the meeting.
She did?
Hi!
And she closed the sale.
She what?
I'm going to use the commission check to buy my first house.
You what?
And I'll make sure to have Banco take care of my garage door.
Smart girl.
Banco Overhead Doors reminds you to get your annual garage door tune-up. It could be the most important decision you ever make. Schedule now at bancodoors.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold.
PG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Horns up. This is the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
7-0 as we head to the second quarter. Witness a war on I-4 this Thursday. Bob Butehorn's men's soccer team takes on its rival under the lights at Corbett Stadium, 7 o'clock. You don't want to miss this one. Visit usfbullstix.com or call 1-800-GO-BULLS for tickets. Officially 37 yards on the pass play. And the Bulls have a first down at the 45-yard line. Joey, that was what we was waiting for. That ball was a little bit behind Nimrod. If he hit him in stride, might have been 6.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Jim. A great play by Nimrod, but he did have to slow down for it, and perhaps he could have taken it to the house. We talked to Chaz Nimrod the other day, asked him his biggest quality, and he said, I can stretch the field, and we saw that right there.
And Sam, the Bulls able to protect Byram on that play after the 2 sacks. He had enough time to survey the field, and the results much different for South Florida.
Yeah, popular or unpopular opinion, Jim, that was a touchdown if Byron Brown just led that guy a bit. But I'm also okay with that throw because, you know, you really want to find your rhythm and gain your confidence as a quarterback. And so he made the throw he needed to make instead of the throw the whole crowd wanted to see him make. That was definitely a touchdown, but it's also good to see that Byron Brown still has that touch that the fans have been waiting to see for almost a year now.
Also converted a 3rd down and long to avoid the Bulls giving up the football once again. Instead, they're in Boise State territory for the first time at the Broncos' 45-yard line. 1st and 10 South Florida. The Bulls were outgained in the first quarter, 75 yards to 27. Bulls took a couple of sacks, so the rushing yards are negative, but chance to turn that around now on 1st down. Cartavius Norton is the running back. 3 wide receivers. Looks like Singleton and Smith to the near side. Brown to throw, pressure coming, winds up, throws it long for Nimrod, incomplete at the 5-yard line. trying to run under it. Ball had a little too much juice at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I like those shots, though, Jim. I mean, I'm more comfortable with those shots than, a screen that might only get you 1 or 2 yards. Those are the ones you try big, you win big. And the thing is, what we've seen from Byron Brown in the past, the more of those shots that he takes, the more precise that he gets as the game matures.
Nimrod had a step or two also. 2nd down and 10. Short throw, far sideline, caught. This is going to get a few yards. It's Nimrod again. The former Tennessee Volunteer gets it to the 41. Gain of 4, 3rd down and 6. The Bulls are 1 of 3 on 3rd down so far today. They need the 35-yard line. 3rd down, 3 wide receivers bunched on the right. Keeper, Brown, option play, makes a man miss, gets the 1st down near the 30-yard line. He had Norton as the option, but he kept it himself, and he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, Jim, another point that I'll make is both of these deep shots that we've seen Byron Brown makes, the receiver has beat Boise State's defensive backs. So that means that they're matching up well on the outside with this top 25 team.
And Brown going to throw again. This one caught Nimrod again at the 15, but there is a flag down in the Bulls' backfield.
Holding, number 71, offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
That's on McLaughlin, so it wipes out a 14-yard gain. Ball's going to go back to the 39, where it will be 1st and 20. We're in the 1st minute of the 2nd quarter. Bulls down 7-0, but moving the football. This will be the 7th play of the drive. Smith and Neptune to the left. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Play clock winding down. They get it off in time. Brown throws it over the middle, juggled and dropped at the 35. Christian Neptune unable to pull that one in. We've heard a lot of glowing reports about Neptune. The Bulls coaching staff thinks he's going to be a big factor this year. 2nd down and 20 on the 39. Brown will keep. Looks like a designed run. Flags down. Brown breaking tackles. Still on his feet. He's going to go all the way in for a touchdown. Let's see if the play stands up. It's a remarkable 39-yard touchdown run by Brown, depending on the flag. Flag came early in the play.
Holding, number 72, offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
Cole Best, and boy, that's a heartbreaker. That was an absolutely great run by Byron Brown.
That is heartbreaking.
Boy, and it doesn't look like much on the replay.
Yeah, you know what? That was heartbreaking, man. But I think the most important thing right here, Jim, is these fans are on their feet for their quarterback. And they've been so excited to see this guy back in the lineup. And that run right there just shows these fans what they're in store for, not only for the remainder of this game, but hopefully this season.
Screen pass left side. Big yardage here to the 40 and down to the 35-yard line. The Bulls were facing a 2nd and 30, and Alvon Isaac helped them chip away half of it. It's 3rd and 15 after a 15-yard pickup. Brown up to the line of scrimmage now, looking at the sideline. 2 holding penalties on this drive have set the Bulls back. Brown to throw, pressure coming, Bulls pick it up, but it's incomplete on the far sideline. Tried to get it to Jaquan Smith. Ball at the 34, so you're looking at about 51, and here comes Nico. Gramatica had 2 50-yard-plus field goals last year. Boy, you hear the crowd respond to him. This is from the far hash mark. Chase Leon, the punter, will hold, and it's going to be closer to 52 than 51. Gramatica trying to get the Bulls on the board here. 52-yard attempt. Going to have the distance, and he absolutely drilled it. 52 yards, Nico Gramatica. The Bulls are on the board.
It's a beautiful sight to see, man. I wish I was a Gramatica sometimes, right? This family has contributed so much to this university, but how about this young man? He's come on as a young guy, and you're confident that, hey, you can line up 50 to 60 yards and we got a shot. So although this drive didn't turn out how it needed to because of the awful holding call, at least we got a kicker who can kick it from 50-plus on a consistent basis, Jim.
And the Bulls are on the board. 12:39 to go till halftime. 7-3 Boise State on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center?
And exhale.
Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
What does New South Proud mean? It means you can save 40% on windows and doors. And not just any windows and doors. We're talking American-made windows and doors that offer premium protection from hurricanes, intruders, and noise. From people who've been the best in the business for over a decade. Don't wait. Get 40% off American-made windows and doors crafted to keep your home safer. Offer good until August 31st, 2025. Subject to conditions. Visit newsouthwindow.com/deal for more details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Run with the Bulls right here on Q105.
10 plays, 41 yards. Gramatica from 52 to get the Bulls on the board. Bulls fans, if you want the best shot at seats in USF's brand new on-campus stadium opening in 2027, the key is getting your 2025 season tickets now. Early ticket holders get priority when it's time to pick seats in the new stadium. That means better views, better vibes, and a front row spot in Bulls history. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS or visit usf.edu/stadium to lock in your seats. Bulls will kick off here in a 7-3 game. Sherrod is deep for Boise State. Bulls now with 63 yards through the air. Brown 6 of 10. But a 39-yard touchdown run by Brown wiped out due to penalty. The Bulls bounce back with a long Nico Gramatica field goal. This kick is going to be near the goal line. It's taken by Sherrod. He's going to bring it out to the 10. Boy, he's running sideways, and the Bulls are chasing, and they get him down near the 15-yard line. Good pursuit by South Florida. Cedric Hawkins, a safety, makes the special teams play.
Yeah, that's what you call a T20, Jim. And, those are the silent plays that help teams win games. Whenever you can tackle a guy on kickoff inside the 20-yard line, it significantly reduces the offense's chance to score a touchdown on that drive. So I want to keep seeing the special teams units perform at a high level.
Winning in the margins, that's how Alex Golish puts it. 1st and 10 on the 16. Handoff, Sherrod, and he is leveled. I mean leveled by Jalen Schuler for a loss on the play.
Yeah, we seeing these linebackers. We're going to be talking about these guys. Number 7 and number 24 at the linebacker position. We're going to be talking about those guys all game. Jalen Schuler is a specimen. He's all of 6'3", 235 pounds, runs like a gazelle, and loves the game of football.
2nd down and 12 on the 14. Shotgun now for Madsen. He will throw, straight drop, far sideline, incomplete. Step-for-step coverage by the Bulls. And that's going to set up 3rd down and long. That was Jonas Duclona, who's going to get some opportunities in the defensive secondary this year for the Bulls, and he looked good on that play. 3rd down and 12 on the Boise State 14. The Broncos are 2 of 5 on 3rd downs. Empty backfield on 3rd and long. Now Sherrod goes back into a running back position. Play clock down to 4. They snap in time. Madsen to throw, and it is caught, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well, that's a big play for the Broncos as they move the sticks on 3rd down and long. Latrell Caples with the catch. K1 Banks had the coverage, but it's a 1st down at the 29 of the Broncos.
And I think, Jim, that play right there is where you can see how good that quarterback is, because he really stuck that ball in a really tight window, and it was difficult for USF to get in front of it, despite there being a lot of defenders in proximity of the catch.
23 touchdowns, only 6 INTs a year ago. They hand it off to Gaines, and he's not going to get much. Maybe a yard, more likely going to be no gain, as they look like they're going to put this on the 29-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Under 11 minutes remaining, 1st half. Busy halftime show coming up. All the highlights of this one, and also Derek Sharp will visit with USF volleyball head coach Jolene Shepherdson. 2nd down and 10 on the 29-yard line. Madsen to throw. Good protection, throws incomplete. Duclona got a hand on it, and it's 3rd down and long again.
Yeah. Jim, early in the game, right, early in the season, but one of the things I've had my eyes on early in this game is the play and the competitive nature of the defensive backs. It just looks totally different than what we saw last year at the defensive back position. These guys are tackling well. They're competing at the point of attack, and they're in position. You know what I mean? They're where they're supposed to be. They're playing with great technique. And I'm just interested to see how this continues to pan out for this defensive backfield.
3rd and 10 from the 29. Madsen rolling to the right, dumps it out to Gaines. It's caught. He'll be stopped well short of the 1st down. Schuler and Blanks combining on the tackle, and it's 4th down and 6 for the Broncos.
Yeah, way to go defense. Way to get off the field. And I like that tackle, right, by 2 guys. This is how you know this team is taking well to coaching. Whenever you got a guy that's running the ball, you got a tackler on the outside, tackler on the inside. It's called a vice tackle. One guy stays inside, one guy stay outside, and you force that guy backwards. And that was just great technique tackle, great teamwork by USF's defense.
Here's the punt. Porter deep, standing at the 25. Another booming kick, and he'll call for the fair catch at about the 20-yard line. So the Bulls will take over. They got the passing game going a little bit, but the rushing game has been difficult. -5 rushing yards so far for the Bulls. They have 58 yards of offense as they get set to take over on the 20-yard line. 9:44 to go till halftime. 7-3 Boise State on the South Florida Bulls radio network.
Hey Bulls fans, score big at Hooters this season and take advantage of the Bulls Bundle Tailgate Pack. 20 traditional wings, 20 boneless wings, fries, or tots for $62.99. Available for to-go orders only in the Tampa Bay area. Visit OriginalHooters.com to place your order. Even better, you can register for your chance to win a Hooters USF tailgate party. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your catered tailgate, including USF tents and chairs, before the November 6th game versus UTSA. Visit OriginalHooters.com/Bulls to enter. Hooters, get your game on.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
At Joe Cool Home Services, we know teachers and first responders give everything to keep our community strong. Now it's our turn to give back. Every teacher and first responder who signs up at joecoolair.com receives a free year-long total plan membership valued at $800. That's 2 HVAC checkups, a plumbing inspection, a hot water heater flush, 15% off services, and more. Go to joecoolair.com for your free total plan.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
The action continues on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
7-3, Boise State cheer on the USF volleyball team as it starts off its home schedule and style this Tuesday against the Florida Gators. The match starts at 6 p.m. at Yuengling Center. Get there early to grab a rally towel, support the defending American Conference champion Bulls. And next Friday, the Bulls are back at Yuengling taking on Florida State. For tickets, visit usfbullstix.com or call 1-800-GO-BULLS. Well, Joey, a lot of positives the last few minutes for the Bulls, but we are looking at 6 carries, -5 yards on the ground. Sooner or later, you got to get the running game going.
You certainly do. So not what the Bulls had intended, although they have moved the ball very effectively through the air. But so far, the story of the game has been USF's defense, how effective it has been. The 4th down call that failed led to a short drive by Boise State. But other than that, the USF defense has played great.
After the Broncos punt, the Bulls take over with a 1st and 10 on their 20-yard line. 9:44 to go, second quarter. 7-3 Broncos. Alvon Isaac is the running back. Wide receiver in motion. It's an end around, and it is read beautifully by Boise State. Christian Neptune is dropped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a great job by the middle linebacker. Caught the play, and usually when you see a motion come across your face, you chase it, and it takes you to the play.
There's Brown with a keeper. That might have been a busted play. I think they juggled the snap. Bulls have the ball, but they only got about a yard on the Brown carry, so now it's 3rd down and 9. Now the Bulls hit a big 3rd down earlier. They're 2 of 5. They gave Brown 2, so it's 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Broncos threaten blitz on the left side. Brown sees it. Might be audibilizing here. 10 on the play clock. Straight drop, looking, decent protection. Now it breaks down, and he will be sacked back at the 15-yard line. And Brown thrown down late, and a flag flies. Boy, Boise State may have done the Bulls a big favor there. That was a late toss.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 4, defense, 15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot, and automatic. 1st down.
Cornerback Devon Banks With an early Christmas gift for the Bulls, instead of 4th and long, it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, sometimes you just need something to fall in your favor, Jim, and that might be the thing that changes the course of this drive for USF. But you got to take advantage of it. You got to capitalize on it because, you know, we're working here into the halftime, and you want to position yourself with the momentum.
Bulls will have the ball to start the third quarter. 1st and 10 on the South Florida 30-yard line, 8:30 to go till halftime. Porter comes in motion. Brown keeping, fights off a tackle, levels a defender, and gets out of bounds at the 40. Boy, you're going to be looking at that play a lot in the next few days. Byron Brown just victimized a defender and ran right over him.
Get your weight up. All right, get your weight up, man. That's what type of play that was. That's what Byron Brown said.
Here's a quick pass. It's caught by Neptune. Neptune will take it inside the 25-yard line. It's Singleton, not Neptune. Keyshawn Singleton, last year's breakout star, gets his third catch of the day, and that's the biggest one so far. 36 yards to the 23, 1st and 10. Brown loading up again. Caught far sideline. Josh Porter will fight his way inside the 20. He'll get to the 19 for a gain of 4. It is 2nd down and 6. Bulls starting to move the football from the 19 of Boise State. Boy, Singleton now 3 catches for 40 yards. He got 37 on that last catch. 2nd and 6 from the 19. Movement before the snap. This will be on the Bulls.
False start, number 67, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
On the Bulls offensive line, that's Thomas Schrader. So the ball back to the 24. And it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Bulls. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Isaac is the running back. He goes in motion to the right. Brown looks that way, but holds it, throws it over the middle, caught, ball jarred loose, scramble for it at the 5, and I think the Bulls might have got it back. Boy, that could be another huge play for the Bulls. It's Jeremiah Koger with his first South Florida catch. He got drilled, the ball came out, but it looks like he was able to recover it. That ball was stripped, and then a big scramble for it, and Koger appears to have gotten it back. It was jarred loose by Devon Banks, the guy who had that big penalty against him a moment ago. But the Bulls got it back inside the 5. Joey, you were closest. What did you see?
Well, when Koger got the ball, it looked like he was headed for a touchdown, and as you said, it got stripped. It came loose. He went diving for it, but the ball slipped into the hands of a Boise defender, but it slipped right out of those hands, right back to Koger. It was like trying to get the soap in the shower for a while.
Marion McCoy shaken up. Bulls have the ball. It'll be at the 4-yard line. Quick break on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
USF's meteoric rise in academics is matched only by its surge in athletics. USF football, in less than 30 years, is crashing the gates of college football's elite. But they've never had a true home. Until now. A cathedral built for college football, seating over 35,000. The campus will come to life as tents and RVs fill fan zones that stretch across every inch of green space. Tens of thousands of alumni and fans join in on the game day celebrations, some relaxing in luxury suites, others in exclusive club areas. Many more are gathered in one of college football's boldest features, a rooftop lounge boasting the longest bar in the state of Florida. This is more than just a stadium. It's a statement, a new home, a new era, and it all begins now.
Reserve your seat by becoming a season ticket holder today. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS. That's 1-800-GO-BULLS.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo crisps. Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
What? So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
More Bulls football now on Q105.
Not a good commercial break for the Bulls. They lost 20 yards. They reviewed the last play, and they said that Koger never had control. So instead of 1st and goal at the 4, this ball's going to go back to the 24-yard line where it will be 3rd down and 10. So that's a big play for the Bulls. The fumble and everything that happened afterward didn't matter, as it turned out, because Koger, it was ruled, never had possession on the pass reception. 6:41 to go in the half. The Bulls trailing 7-3.
That's a catch.
And they'll have a 3rd down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Byron Brown now 8 of 13 for 105. 4 wide receivers bunched to the right, 1 more to the left, empty backfield. Boise State threatens blitz, whistles first, timeout Broncos.
Charge him out of the half, Boise State. 30 seconds.
Not sure Boise State liked that alignment the Bulls came out in. They asked for the timeout. It's only their first. Bulls have all 3 of their timeouts remaining with 6:41 to go. I think the Broncos were 1 defensive back short there. Only had 3 guys to cover those 4 wide receivers lined up on the right side for South Florida. 6-yard touchdown pass for the Broncos, 52-yard Grammatica field goal for the Bulls. And that's it so far, 7-3, late second quarter. Bulls with an opportunity here, though, 3rd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Bulls have 105 passing yards, 0 rushing yards. Same formation for the Bulls. Now they have a running back, though. Isaac is in the backfield. They break out of that, sending 2 wide receivers to the left. Plenty of time on the play clock. Brown to throw. Pressure coming, rolling out. He's going to scramble. 20, 15, 10, 5. Puts his shoulder down and fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida. Byron Brown puts the Bulls ahead.
If that don't give you chills as a USF fan after missing this guy for an entire year last year, what else is going to do it? You might as well get out of the stadium, turn the TV off, because that has to turn you up. Byron Brown is the guy, and he's back in this offensive lineup. Every fan in this stadium is on their feet. Just a heck of a play. He made something out of nothing. And ladies and gentlemen, that's your quarterback in Byron Brown.
Unofficially 23 yards. Here's the point after by Grammatica. And South Florida has taken the lead on a dramatic 23-yard run. 8 plays, 3 minutes, 10 seconds, 80 yards. And the Bulls have taken the lead with 6.5 minutes to go. Well, not only that run, Joey, but also the first touchdown run that never was because of the penalty. If there's any doubters on 1-7, I don't think they're doubting now. So the touchdown for Brown from 23 yards out. And boy, oh boy, Ty Benefield was the guy who took the hit at the goal line from Brown. Brown, like one of those World War II airline pilots, Sam, that's putting guys' heads on the side of the plane there. He's got 2 defensive backs already today.
Yeah, and we talked about this guy got a chip on his shoulder. You know, it must be one of those hot chips, right? Those hot chips. It's $10 for one. It's going to burn your mouth out. I mean, that's just amazing to see, and this sideline is exciting. But they're not surprised. They know what type of guy they got in Byron Brown. And let's see the defense get ready to close this half out and keep the momentum going.
Zugawi to kick off. Ball falls off the tee. Sherrod is the deep man. He's had 2 returns. Bulls have not reached the end zone on a kickoff yet. 10-7 South Florida. Bulls up top for the first time today. High end over end kick. This one has some legs, and it's going to hit at the back of the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And Boise State will take over. The Broncos, 92 yards of offense, 65 through the air, only 27 on the ground. Madsen is 10 of 16 for 65 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Marshall will split out wide to the right. And movement on the left side of the line. The Bulls come across and make sure they get the whistle. Boise State indicating that there was no movement and it'll be on the defense. We'll see what the officials say.
Prior to the snap, offside, number 99, defense with contact, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So it's the Bulls getting whistled. That'll be Lee, the Vanderbilt transfer. And that'll set up a 1st down and 5. 5 penalties for the Bulls for 40 yards in this first half. 1st and 5 from the 30. Tight end in motion. Handoff, Gaines breaks a tackle, and he's got some green space to the 40 and fights his way out near the 44. That's about a 14-yard gain before Tavin Ward got him. 1st and 10.
And he's one of those backs who keeps his feet turning. And guys like that, you know, I played against a guy like that in the NFL, Marshawn Lynch, just keeps their feet turning, you know, husky up top, and you just got to wrap those guys up and drive your feet.
1st and 10 from the Boise State 44. Handoff, left side, Gaines got a head of steam again. He's going to be near the 50 and going to get into South Florida territory to the 47. That's a 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1. So Sire Gaines, 156 yards on the ground. Last year, nobody had many rushing yards for Boise State except the big guy who's now playing in the NFL, but they have a core of guys anxious to get their chance, and Gaines in particular looking good today. 2nd and 1 from the 47. This is Sherrod with the carry, and he'll get inside the 45, and he'll get the 1st down. So Boise State only rushing for 27 yards on the day prior to this drive. Now starting to get the ground game going. They've got a 1st and 10 on the Bulls' 43. Under 5 minutes remaining first half. Madsen over center. Loading up on the left side with the tight end. Madsen's going to throw. Lot of time. Throws it downfield. Caught inside the 25-yard line. There is a penalty flag down near the line of scrimmage, and this one may be going on the Bulls.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 99, defense for a late hit on the quarterback. The penalties enforce half the distance to the goal from the dead ball spot and automatic. First down.
So the Bulls defense really in a hole now, and Sam, too much time for Madsen there to throw.
Yeah, way too much time, Jim. And what I'd like to see is, them stop being so, conservative from a pass rushing standpoint and really find ways to get after this quarterback, mix them up on the front, send guys from the defensive back position. The defensive backs are competing on the outside. So give these guys an opportunity to continue to compete and use that front seven to get after the quarterback so he's not sitting back picking apart this defense.
All the way down to the 12-yard line after penalty number 6 on the Bulls. Sherrod is the running back. No wide receivers. Loaded up for the run game. Here comes Sherrod, and he gets flipped. I mean, just somersaulted. Jonas Duclona submarined him for no gain.
Yeah, he's another one of those guys, right? Didn't see him in the lineup last year. And even though he's not a senior, he plays like it. He practices like it. And there's another defensive back who's coming in and tackling and being forceful at the point of attack. I haven't seen a South Florida defense tackle this well in a very long time.
Second down and 10 from the 12. Movement on the right side. And I think this one is going to be on Boise State.
Ball start for 75. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Dalen Matoyer on the right side. And the ball will come back to the 17. It'll be second down and 15. .335 left in the half. Bulls have all their timeouts. Boise State has 2. Second and 15 from the 17. 3 wide receivers to the right. Running back to the right as well. Gonna throw, no, they're gonna run, and the ball is knocked away, and it's picked up by the Bulls. Here comes the return after the takeaway. South Florida football out to the 35-yard line. They get their second turnover of this game. Ira Singleton was in the middle of it, and South Florida has the ball with 3:10 to go in the half.
I'd love to see what Joey saw down there on the sideline, Jim. I mean, he was just so close to it, and that ball just popped out.
They ran to the left side, and the ball was knocked out by Duclona. And South Florida has their second takeaway, and now a great opportunity with 3:10 to go, 3 timeouts, and the ball to start the third quarter. Well, you put something on the board here and use almost all of this time, and you've got things rolling your way. From the 36 of the Bulls, 1st and 10. Isaac in motion. Designed run for Brown, and he'll get a couple. Out to about the 38. Brown, 9 carries, 23 yards. Again, that's skewed a little bit by the sack yardage. 2nd and 8 from the 38, 2:50 left in the half. Bulls taking a little time here. You don't want to leave Boise State any time if you can avoid it. But you want to get points on the board. Run up the middle and nothing there. It's Isaac, and he will be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and long coming up, 2:25 left in the half. Ball will be at the 36. It's 3rd and 10. It was a loss of 2 for Isaac. 2:10 to go. 3 wide receivers to the right. Isaac in motion. He goes to the right, and the Bulls are going to let this run down to the 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes remaining in the first half. The Bulls will have a 3rd and 10 from their 36 when we return. South Florida 10, Boise State 7 on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is is good.
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab, where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
We'll also have live play-by-play of select soccer and volleyball matches this fall. And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
3-ball right side. Yeah!
Wow! We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hester! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
You know the power and energy the Bulls bring every game day. Imagine that same energy powering your home. With LuneX Power, you can harness the sun's force just like our teams harness their drive on the gridiron. Get in the game with an environmentally friendly, cost-saving solar electric system and score big savings on your energy bills. Kick off your solar journey today at lunexpower.com, your local family-owned solar energy provider. Go green, go team, and go solar.
What happened to the men?
What men?
The men who were coming to see the business you started in our garage.
Oh, those men.
The business you started in our garage that was going to change the world.
They left.
Why would they leave?
I couldn't get the garage door open.
You didn't get Banco overhead doors to service our garage door?
I was saving us money.
And now the business you started in our garage is not going to change the world.
I think the noise scared them away.
Banco overhead doors reminds you to get your annual garage door tune-up. It could be the most important decision you ever make. Schedule now at bancodoors.com.
You're locked in with the Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Big third down coming up for the Bulls. First, a big station ID on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
WRBQ FM HD1 HD2 Tampa, WJBR AM Sefner, W276CX Newport Richie, W221DW Tampa. This is South Florida Bulls football.
Jim Lauk, Sam Barrington, Joey Johnston with you, along with Brett Holcomb at the controls here in Tampa. Jim Lighthall, Derek Sharp standing by for halftime shortly. 2 minutes to go. Third down and 10. And Sam, if you can make something out of this for the Bulls, deny Boise State the ball the rest of this quarter, and then open the third quarter with a possession of your own. What a great opportunity for the Bulls, but you got to find a way to get this 3rd and 10 done.
Yeah, you got to find a way. I mean, there's two ways to look at this. Like, you're going to get the ball back right after the half, so you can be conservative here, or you can be aggressive and really make something happen and create real separation. I mean, you're going to come out of this half. What does Boise State like to do? They like to run the ball. And in my opinion, and I'm sure you guys share the same sentiment, this quarterback hasn't convinced me that he's of the same caliber as he was last year. So put the game back in his hands. USF's defense has been playing great. You got to use this drive in the start of the second half to create some separation if you're USF.
Third down and 10 from the 36-yard line of the Bulls. Running back left side, 4 wide receivers. Brown to throw. Sidearms it, incomplete at the 43. Well, he had to put that ball outside because he had a defender in the area who was trying to get to one of the new tight ends for South Florida. It was Wyatt Sullivan. And the Bulls are going to have to punt with 1:57 to go. So Chase Leon to kick. And Boise State's going to have 2 timeouts and almost 2 minutes to work with. Good snap. Kick is away. Fair catch called for and made by Sherrod at the 23-yard line. So that's where Boise State will take over. Broncos have run the ball 17 times. They've thrown the ball 17 times. But they'll probably try to put it in the air a little bit here with limited time to go. 1:51 remaining. Got those 2 timeouts, though. From their 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Bulls with a 10-7 lead. Madsen will hand it off. They run right side, not a lot there. Sherrod gets dragged down by Mac Harris after a short game.
Yeah, Mac Harris is just reading the plays very well this game, and he's tackling the ball behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, being very forceful. And as a leader on this defense, your team is going to look for you to make the plays when you're supposed to make them, and that's what we've seen not only out of Mac Harris, but Jalen Schuler as well at the linebacker position.
2nd down and 8 on the 25, 1:15 left in the half. Quick throw over the middle. This will be a first down or close to it. Looks like they're going to give him the 33, and that would be enough. That was Matt Wagner, one of the tight ends. 1st and 10 on the Boise State 33, and Madsen getting ready to throw again, getting chased, throws it out of bounds, and whistles blow beforehand with no
flags Prior to the snap,
down.
the previous play was stopped for further review.
That's a shame for the Bulls because they had Madsen on the run. He had to dump it out of bounds, but all I can think of here, Sam, is that they're looking at the spot to confirm he got the first down because there was nothing else unusual on that play.
Yeah, I'd agree, Jim. I mean, there's probably nothing else to look at other than them confirming he got the first down. And his knee is definitely, I'm looking at the replay up here in the booth, and his knee is definitely down before the first down mark. And so that's going to change what happens here. And hopefully USF continues to impose on this because they could possibly get the ball back here.
Clock is stopped with 1:04 to go. And if they do make a move here, it's probably going to result in a 2nd down and 1 from the 32-yard line. And he's unquestionably short as we look at the replay. But they'll have to overturn it. The call on the field kind of goes against the Bulls because they did originally call it a first down. 10-7 South Florida, 23-yard touchdown run by Byram Brown, the difference so far. Number 25, Boise State, first of 3 consecutive ranked opponents for the Bulls. We're in Gainesville in 9 days, Saturday afternoon. And then the following Saturday at Miami. Next home game for the Bulls is September 20th. That'll be South Carolina State. See if the clock is going to be adjusted on this as well. We mentioned it was 1:04. If they do change the yard marker, they also may change the clock here. They might put some time back on it. But this is developing into a fairly long replay here. Ball right now is at the 33-yard line of Boise State with a 1st and 10. And the replay continues here. It's been a beautiful night. Plenty of sunshine. No rain, no lightning, no thunder. And that was the first question from a lot of the Boise State folks. They played a game in Orlando a couple of years ago and had a 3-hour lightning delay before they could even kick off. So they were thrilled to find out that the forecast was positive today. All right, here we go with the call.
After review, the runner was down short of the goal line at the 32.5-yard line with the game clock at 1:15. By rule, this situation qualifies for a 10-second runoff. With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:05, please, 1:05.
So there's the explanation. 1 second will be added to the clock to make it 1:05. And it is 2nd down and 1. Make it 3rd down and 1 at the 32. So 3rd and 1 at the 32. Tight formation for the Broncos. Tight end in motion. They sneak it, and they're going to get the first down. They needed the 33. They got the 34, so it's 1st and 10 with 55 seconds left in the half. Broncos with 2 timeouts remaining, but time getting short. Madsen to throw. Pressure coming, steps up, throws, it's caught, and then a big hit. That's Mac Harris laying the hammer down. And a timeout called after a big hit from Harris.
30 seconds.
Yeah, if I was their coach, I'd call it timeout too. I mean, the thing that makes Mac Harris such a violent hitter is he really has a low center of gravity, and he knows where to strike a player, Jim. And he put his shoulder pads right underneath that player's shoulder pads, right there in his torso, and knocked him back. And that's the type of energy you want to see from the captain of this defense, and who's the person who's labeled as the enforcer from a linebacker position. That was Sherrod, who got leveled after a 1-yard gain. So Boise State takes a timeout. They're down to 1 remaining. And it's 2nd down and 9 from the Broncos 35 with 44 seconds to go. Running back left side, Madsen to throw over the middle, long downfield, and caught in South Florida territory for a first down near the Bulls' 40-yard line. Nice looking throw and catch, and that puts things a little different. Ben Ford with a reception. And Madsen ready to go again, rolling to the right, getting chased, throws, and far sideline. Looks like it is going to be completed at the 35-yard line. Now they're going to call it incomplete, so that's going to move it back to the 41, where it will be 2nd and 10. 30 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10 from the Bulls' 41-yard line. Marshall split out wide to the right. Running back right side. Ready to throw, being chased, rolling out to the right, dumps it off out of bounds, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 with 25 seconds to go. Third and 10 from the Bulls' 41-yard line. 10-7 South Florida. Final seconds of the first half. Madsen now 14 of 22 for 117. 3 wide receivers, wide side left, and a flag comes down. It was movement again on the offensive line. Might have been the same guy.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So that's the second one on the right side there. And it pushes it back to a 3rd down and 15 at the 46. 4 penalties for 30 yards against Boise State. 3rd and 15 from the Bulls' 46. Madsen to throw, looking, dumps it off short, caught by Sherrod, and he'll be forced out of bounds, well short of the first down and probably out of field goal range. Schuler pushed him out. It's going to be 4th and 10 on the 41. So you're asking for a 58-yard field goal. They're going to keep the offense on the field. 20 seconds to go. They need 10 for a first down. Bulls defense got to be careful here. 4th and 10 from the South Florida 41. Running back right side. Madsen trying to draw the Bulls off, and now the play clock expires. That might have been by design, but it'll be a delay.
Penalty, still 4th down.
And now it looks like the punt team will come out on 4th and 15. So they took their shot at drawing the Bulls offside. Bulls didn't bite, and now they'll kick with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, just a job well done by this defense, Jim. I mean, you take a look at how many of their guys are starters. How many of their starters are, seniors and upperclassmen, and that really plays a huge role into how well this defense is performing from a leadership standpoint.
Bulls almost got the block. This one hits down, and it's going to roll in the end zone for a touchback. So the Bulls lost 7 seconds. They've got 13 seconds left. They can certainly use the middle of the field, Sam. They've got 3 timeouts, and they got a powerhouse kicker.
Yeah.
What do you do here?
I mean, you go for broke. you go to the bank. You try to get it done. And 13 seconds here, like you said, they can use the middle of the field. Byron Brown has a big arm. The receivers have been winning matchups on the outside. I definitely think you can try to get it done here, Jim.
Norton will be the running back. He might be the best pass protector of the running back crew. So maybe not a surprise that he's in the game here. 1st and 10 from the Bulls 20, 13 seconds and 3 timeouts to work with. 4 wide receivers. Brown looking at the sideline. He's got 10 on the play clock. Now they're going to hand it off. It's Norton, and he'll get a yard or 2 to the 20, and that will be it. So the Bulls will be satisfied to take a lead into halftime against the number 25 Boise State Broncos, as South Florida has a 10-7 lead going into the break here on opening night 2025. Joey Johnston is with Alex Golish.
Head coach Alex Golish, your defense is showing great progress. Speak about their play in the first half.
Yeah, really opportunistic, man. We put them in a really bad spot there, going for it on 4th down. They continue to respond. We're going to need that energy level. Respond, create turnovers. That's the defense that we're working to continue to build.
Byron Brown making incredible run after incredible run in the first game back. You speak about the leadership he's showing and the toughness.
Yeah, he's just got to go finish. He's a tough cat. We all know that. He's got to go finish. I think we put him in some tough spots. Offensively, I think it's taken us a second to get going. He continues to lead. I'm really proud of him. He's got to go finish.
Too many penalties. I know you see that.
We got to go finish.
And what do you need to see in the second half?
Efficiency on offense. We haven't gotten the run game going the way we need to. We've created some explosives. We need to just stay ahead of the chains on 1st and 2nd down. That's the biggest thing. Stay out of 3rd and long. That's where those guys want to live. And defensively, that energy's got to keep coming.
Thanks, Coach. Jim and Sam, back to you.
All right, thank you, Joey. We are heading to break at Raymond James Stadium. South Florida 10, Boise State 7. Jim Lighthall, Derek Sharp will take you through halftime, and we will begin that when we return on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Florida Blue presents Game-Changing Health Solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Beef O'Brady's want your kids to be part of the USF Bulls Player Tunnel. This season, at all USF Bulls home football games, your child can get on the field at Raymond James Stadium as the Bulls get set to take on their rivals. Sign up at Bulls Bay in the South Plaza on game day to be part of this amazing experience. Participation subject to NCAA and American Conference compliance rules. Beef O'Brady's, proud partner of the USF Bulls.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the South Florida Bulls halftime report.
Pressure coming, sack from behind, and the Bulls with a big stop.
Jim Lighthall and Derek Sharp will break down the action, give you some key highlights, and set you up for the second half.
What a play.
Now here's Jim Lighthall.
Are on top in their season opener, 10-7 against the 25th ranked team in the country, the Boise State Broncos. Jim Lighthall, Derek Sharp back with you as we take a look at the first 30 minutes of this one. Derek, kind of a slow start for the Bulls. They were picking Byron Brown up off the ground a couple times in their first couple drives, but the offense got rolling after that.
Well, we don't just do the hour pregame just to flap our gums.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we try and let you know about the opponent, and the main thing was their incredible defensive line and pressure. 55 sacks, led the country last year, and you just knew it was going to be part of things. And if you missed the pregame show, we let you know that the Bulls are down a man on the offensive line. They got some things figured out, quicker throws, and, of course, Byron Brown getting out of trouble himself on a couple of occasions helped out.
Well, you can certainly see the extra weight has paid off because Byron Brown has been seeking out contact. He's been inflicting punishment when he runs. But, Derek, the defense has been the start of the show so far here for the Bulls.
And usually when you're talking about the defense, you want to start up front. But really, it's been about the LBs and some of those hits in the secondary coverage by the new guys. Duclona, I've loved what I've seen from Rucker, obviously. But, hey, Mack and Shu have just lived up to the billing.
Well, those guys are punishing. And I remember Sam Barrington saying this one of the years he was doing this. When he evaluates linebackers, he looks for guys that accelerate into ball carriers. That's the difference between someone who plays in college and someone who can play on Sundays. Mack Harris, with his last hit late in the first half, was accelerating through the ball carrier. Punishment, they're really making Boise pay.
And that really stuffed them in a situation where it looked like the Broncos were going to take advantage of an opportunity to cash in at the end of the half, at least get a field goal attempt off. I thought for sure they were heading in that direction, and that play you're talking about sort of stuffed it out.
Penalties have hurt the Bulls. 6 for 51 yards, got them in a couple of bad situations, but also a penalty by Boise really kept a drive alive for USF.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into the highlights here, and we will definitely highlight that play, not audibly, but I'll tell you about it because I thought it was maybe the play of the game from the other team. But as far as the start of the game, the Boise State Broncos get the ball, and Shu had a big TFL right off the bat, and the defense, after a certain former linebacker predicted 2 linebackers would have a big part of a takeaway in this game, right off the bat, he was right.
3rd and 10 from the Bulls' 39-yard line. Madsen to throw. Dumps it off. Sherrod, he is stopped short. It's knocked away. Ball is loose. Bulls recover. Turnover, South Florida. The Bulls with a takeaway on a big hit, and they've got the football.
Unfortunately, forced by Mack, recovered by Schuler. 2 near picks on the next drive and a sack for -11. The Bulls defense was right back out there. Eventually, Boise State would get on the board for the only points of the first quarter, helped out by good starting field position. The Bulls decided to go for it on 4th and 1, did a version of the tush push that didn't work out. Previous play, I thought Keyshawn Singleton could have gotten the first down, sort of set them back. And then a really key play to end the first quarter after a sack made it 3rd and 17. A big completion to Chaz Nimrod helped lead, along with an incredible run that got overturned by a holding call. The Bulls still got points on a long field goal by Nico Gramatica. Then on to defense again, a nice stop. Schuler, another big TFL into Clona, transfer. Excellent coverage. The Bulls had a long TD run coming in their quarterback. This finally actually resulted in one.
Plenty of time on the play clock. Brown to throw. Pressure coming, rolling out. He's going to scramble. 20, 15, 10, 5. Puts his shoulder down and fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida. Byron Brown puts the Bulls ahead.
That indeed he did. And then one more play to keep Boise State off the even opportunity to go down the field and answer right away from that defense.
Running back to the right as well. Gonna throw, no, they're gonna run, and the ball is knocked away, and it's picked up by the Bulls. Here comes the return after the takeaway. South Florida football out to the 35-yard line. They get their second turnover of this game. Ira Singleton was in the middle of it, and South Florida has the ball with 3:10 to go in the half.
Knoxville and we'll talk to head coach Jolene Shepardson when we come back. This is the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
What does New South Proud mean? It means you can save 40% on windows and doors. And not just any windows and doors. We're talking American-made windows and doors that offer premium protection from hurricanes, intruders, and noise. From people who've been the best in the business for over a decade. Don't wait. Get 40% off American-made windows and doors crafted to keep your home safer. Offer good until August 31st, 2025. Subject to conditions. Visit newsouthwindow.com/deal for more details.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
This is your head football coach, Alex Golish. The new radio home for Bulls football is Q105.
We are at halftime, and we are with the football team, but there's so much going on already on the fall sports calendar. Soccer's underway, and then on Friday in Knoxville, Tennessee, the first of very many big-time opponents on the schedule for the volleyball team of Jolene Shepardson. She joins us. You guys have to know what's going on, especially next week. But before we get to next week and this weekend, another pretty big trip that you guys had this offseason to Brazil. Let us know about that, and you have some connections on your team with that country.
Oh, we do. A very phenomenal player, Maria. She was on the U23 national team and won gold this past summer. And we truly enjoyed being in her culture. The players loved it. It was a fabulous connection for us, an opportunity to be in an uncomfortable environment and really learn how to adapt. So it was a fabulous trip for us.
I can't imagine you could think of anything better or come up with anything better to prepare you for what the schedule is that you guys have taken on. A couple things about it. Folks, everybody, I think except one team on their non-conference schedule is not just power conference teams. These are all NCAA tournament type teams. I mean, you want to go to the big names, but a team like Creighton and South Dakota State, in addition to the power conferences. So that's why you're starting strong. And then off of that, you wouldn't schedule so strong unless you thought your team was capable of something pretty good, right?
Yeah, like you mentioned, Brazil was tough competition intentionally, just like our non-con scheduling is intentionally challenging. We have 6 top 25 teams that we're facing against early, and you said it right. We want to increase our ranking, make some noise nationally, prepare for conference. So we want to face these challenges early and see if we can rise to the challenge, and also like rise to the occasion when it comes down to conference opponents as well. So this will be a great preparation for us, and will also help increase our national ranking.
Friday, they are playing Purdue first in Knoxville. It's a team that went deep in the tournament last year. And, of course, the Tennessee Volunteers, one of those ranked teams you're talking about. Unbelievable. Let's just continue on to next week and make sure everybody knows that Florida and Florida State are both coming to Tampa, and the matches are going to be at the Yingling Center. Speak about that. How cool is it to have that venue and those opponents?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a fabulous event. We have a Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Against Florida. Great matchup. The last 2 times we faced off went to 5 sets. So you know it's going to be an intense match. And why not play it in the arena, bring all those fans out. We got a great culture here that people love volleyball in the city of Tampa. And a lot of student bodies could be there that evening to help support us, take them down. And also Florida State on that Friday. Another great opponent, and in our home gym, it's going to be a fabulous competition to lead into. Even Sunday we have a match, but those 2 are definitely Florida rivals.
All right. Well, as you're getting close, as people are hearing this, the season's less than or around 12 hours away. So, how do you feel about the readiness of the young ladies?
Oh, we got a great group. We had a great scrimmage this past weekend. There's a lot of talent in our gym. We have good depth, so we push each other every day. And just everything that has come together to align, to have great people and great players in the gym. It's going to be a fabulous season.
Starting off her 6th season as the head volleyball coach at USF, former USF great player as well, Jolene Shepherdson will be watching you in Knoxville on Friday, and we will be at the YC next weekend. Thanks for joining us on the football broadcast.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
Got that right. Soccer is in action. 2 ranked opponents tonight, and again, volleyball playing 2 of them tomorrow. We'll tell you what's going on elsewhere around college football as week 1 really gets underway here tonight. The Bulls are ahead of Boise State at the halftime by the score of 10-7. Halftime continues next on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
USF's meteoric rise in academics is matched only by its surge in athletics. USF football, in less than 30 years, is crashing the gates of college football's elite. But they've never had a true home. Until now. A cathedral built for college football, seating over 35,000. The campus will come to life as tents and RVs fill fan zones that stretch across every inch of green space. Tens of thousands of alumni and fans join in on the game day celebrations, some relaxing in luxury suites, others in exclusive club areas. Many more are gathered in one of college football's boldest features, a rooftop lounge boasting the longest bar in the state of Florida. This is more than just a stadium. It's a statement, a new home, a new era. And it all begins now.
Reserve your seat by becoming a season ticket holder today. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS. That's 1-800-GO-BULLS.
Hey Bulls fans, visit Hooters for a USF Bulls away game party. Hang with Rocky and have a chance to win USF home game tickets and Bulls gear while you watch the game. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls to get all the details on dates and locations. And don't forget to register for your chance to win a Hooters USF catered tailgate at the November 6th UTSA game. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your tailgate and see your new USF tent and chairs. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls for all the details. Hooters, get your game on.
You are tuned into USF football on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Back at Raymond James Stadium, 10-7 at the half. South Florida leads number 25, Boise State. We still have 30 minutes of football to get to. Derek, there are some games going on around college football at the moment.
No, they're in the conference. East Carolina down early at Raleigh against NC State, obviously 3-0. Rutgers is leading Ohio U late first half by the score of 31-14. UCF is also playing tonight against Jacksonville State. Of course, a lot of the ranked teams get into it this weekend as far as rankings go. Men's soccer is over at Al Lang, about to kick off against NC Greensboro, which is ranked. And the USF women's soccer team at 8 o'clock is at 19th ranked Wake Forest.
First half numbers, Boise leads the total yardage battle, 183-128. They've had 122 on the ground, 105 for the Bulls. 122 through the air. South Florida 105 through the air. USF really struggling to get the ground game going. Just 23 yards rushing as compared to 61 for the Broncos.
And 23 all belonging to one guy, the quarterback.
Yeah, and just think Byron Brown, who has the 23, what his numbers would be had it not been for the sacks.
We were privy to the, of course, sound from the television broadcast, and that's the first thing. At the end of the first quarter, Golis said, we're trying to establish the run. They tried to do it with a reverse, as you'll recall, on that next play, and it's just not working right now. Nothing's working right now when it comes to the run game, unfortunately, unless it's the quarterback deciding to do it on his own.
Byron Brown, 8 of 14 for the 105 yards. His favorite target has been Keyshawn Singleton, 3 for 40. Chaz Nimrod, 2 for 41. And keep this in mind as we get going for the second half. The Bulls are 11-1 under Alex Golish when they have multiple takeaways in a game. They lead 10-7, 30 more minutes to go. We'll turn it back over to Jim Lauk, to Sam Barrington, and to Joey Johnston after this on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is good!
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab, where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
We'll also have live play-by-play of select soccer and volleyball matches this fall. And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
3 ball right side, yeah!
Wow. We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hester! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
I heard a loud bang in my garage, and now the door won't go up.
Yeah, it sounds like the spring broke.
Can you fix it?
Your dad can fix a lot of things, but that's a dangerous job.
Who should I call?
I'd go with Banco Overhead Doors. I tried another company when my spring broke and found out later how much they overcharged me.
Really?
Yeah, and I should have replaced both springs, too. So now I have Banco service my garage door.
I knew I could bank on the best.
You mean Banco?
I was talking about you.
Thanks, honey.
Banco Overhead Doors reminds you to get your annual garage door tune-up. Schedule now at bancodoors.com.
Back to South Florida football on Q105.
Welcome back to Raymond James Stadium. Bulls are going to have the football to start the third quarter, and they have a 10-7 lead over the number 25 team in the nation, Boise State. Been a good opening night so far for Byram Brown. He's thrown for 105, run for 23, and a touchdown. And the Bulls will try to extend their lead on their first possession here, Sam. It's right there for the Bulls. They've been in this position against ranked teams a couple of times in recent years, haven't been able to bring it home. Alex Golish talked a lot this week about wanting to get this game to the fourth quarter and then show everybody who we are. Well, that opportunity is certainly there.
Yeah, well, before we get to the fourth quarter, we got to have a nice start and an opening to the third quarter, Jim. And what's the answer? More Byram Brown, more defense, more getting after their quarterback and less allowing them to get to our quarterback. Byram Brown has shown that he can make the throws this game. You've had some unfortunate calls, whether it be penalties. I think that was a bad call against the drop that brought USF close to their red zone a little bit earlier in the game. Hopefully, you're going to see more Byram Brown taking shots down the field, and this offensive line is doing a better job of protecting him against the rush.
Bulls will go from our left to our right, away from the student section in this third quarter. Kickoff heading for the end zone. Isaac will let it sail over his head, and it will be a touchback. 128 yards of first half offense for the Bulls, hindered by 3 sacks, which really dropped the rushing numbers. But they've got a 1st and 10 now on the 25-yard line. From the far hash mark, 3 wide receivers. Tight end in motion. The throw, it is caught far sideline, a good gain out past the 30. And that'll set up 2nd down and short. That's Weston Wolf with his first reception. Missed most of last year with injury, got 7 there. 2nd and 3 from the 32. Brown makes a man miss in the backfield and gets something out of nothing. He's going to be about a yard short. But he picks up 2, and that could have been a loss. Instead, it's 3rd and 1 on the Bulls' 34. Bulls up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Cartavius Norton ran into a brick wall but bounced off and got the first down.
Officials, timeout for an injury.
Got a Boise State player hurt at the end of that play. So the Bulls move the ball out to their 36-yard line on a tough run by Norton. And they'll have a 1st and 10 on the 36. Just underway, third quarter, less than a minute gone. 10-7 South Florida. So looks like one of the linemen for Boise State might have been involved in that big collision when Norton fought his way through there. Looks like it might be one of their linebackers, Marco Notarini. He's going to get a little assistance getting off the field, but looks like he's okay, and the Bulls are going to be ready to go shortly with a 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Bulls in Florida in Gainesville next week. Radio pregame starts at 3:15, kick at 4:15. And the Bulls head to Miami, home again September 20th. 1st and 10, South Florida. 3 wide receivers, running back left side. Brown looking to throw. Protection breaks down. He scrambles, gets away from one man, but he's going to be sacked for the 4th time today. This will be a short loss back to the 35, so only a loss of 1. And it'll be 2nd down and 11. Boise State's defense was a sack machine last year, and they're living up to it so far today. Here's Norton running it up the middle. He's going to get a couple to the 37. And it'll be 3rd down and 9. Bulls pretty good on 3rd downs today. They're 4 out of 8, but they need 9 here. They have to get it to the 46. Movement left side of the line. Brown trying to argue that Boise State moved. We'll let the officials sort it out.
Illegal snap on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So the Bulls go backwards. Penalty number 7 on South Florida. And it'll be 3rd and 14 from the South Florida 32-yard line. Early 3rd quarter, Bulls leading the number 25 team in the nation 10-7. Norton and Wolf among the wide receivers split out to the left. Empty backfield for Brown on 3rd and 14. Now Wolf comes in motion. Brown to throw, squares it off. It's caught. And this will be short of the 1st down. Got to about the 40. Singleton with a nice gain, but not enough for the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 6 from the 40, and the punt team will come out. So the Bulls will kick it away on their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, interesting play selection by USF there, Jim. I mean, you know, you got guys who can get down the field and compete with Boise State's defensive backs, but you run a screen type play, you know, that high success rate sometimes, but if you stop it, it changes the field position drastically.
Chase Leon to kick. High end over end kick. Fair catch called for at about the 10-yard line. And that's where Boise State will take over with their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll mark it right on the 10, so a nice job by Leon to get that ball inside the 20. And here come the Broncos with 12:03 remaining in the quarter. Madsen, 15 of 23 for 122. Boise State turned it over 2 times in the 1st half, both on fumbles. Sherrod is the running back lining up on the right side. He gets the ball and he's getting pushed back, and Jonas Duclona leading the charge, and they got him back at the 7. That's going to be a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, Jonas Duclona, I mean, when he makes contact with the ball carrier, you think he's much bigger than 5'11", 190 pounds. But he just has the heart of a lion, and he plays the game the right way. And this is one of the components to this defensive unit that USF was missing last year. At the cornerback position, plays the field. He covers a lot of ground, not only in the passing game, but in the run game as well.
2nd down and 13 from the 7. Sire Gaines is now the running back. Madsen gonna throw. Under pressure, he will be sacked inside the 5-yard line. The B-backer, Rico Watson. And it's 3rd and long from inside the 5 for Boise State.
And their first time of getting to the quarterback on that defensive line couldn't have happened at a better time, Jim. And now Boise State has their backs against the wall. This is the time for this defense to compress and make that offensive line feel this pressure and find a way to continue to put this pressure on this offensive unit.
3rd down and 17 from the 3. Boise State 4 out of 9 on 3rd downs, but this one is a tough one. Bulls looking for a stop. Flag down.
Delay a game.
They didn't get the play off.
Penalties half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. Still 3rd down.
It's only a yard or two, but the crowd, rightfully so, happy to take credit for that one. 3rd and 18 from the 2. Bulls hoping to get the ball back in good field position. They need a stop here. From the 2-yard line, 3rd and 18. Madsen gonna throw long down the near sideline, incomplete. Trying to get it to Marshall. Jalen Stokes had the coverage, and they will have to punt out of the end zone now on 4th and 18.
Yeah, now one of the things that fans need to keep in mind, Jim, on this punt is when you got this offense, when you got this punt team pushed back, it shortens the distance to the kicker. So most defensive units, they try to block the ball here because there's a shorter path to the kicker and there's a higher chance to get a nice block. Let's see what happens here.
Porter is deep on the 45. Quick kick. Low to the ground. It's going to roll, and Porter will watch it roll out of bounds near midfield. So the Bulls will have the ball just inside Boise State territory when we return. Let's go down to the field. Joey Johnston has a special guest.
Yeah, Jim, we're with USF men's basketball coach Brian Hodson. Coach, your program, as we all know, is Tampa Bay's home for hoops. Speak about what kind of product you're going to put on the court and where it's going to fit into this sports landscape here.
Yeah, absolutely. We take pride in being blue collar and playing. We play a really up-tempo brand of basketball. So really excited about the roster we were able to put together and where things are at right now, and looking forward to continue to support this football team when we get ready for our season.
Speak about the strengths you have on your team, what kind of leadership you have, and what kind of style you expect to play.
Yeah, I think it starts with C.J. Brown and Deontay, who were both here last year. They've both been phenomenal so far in the offseason for us. They've been unreal from a leadership aspect, and we've added some veteran guys from the transfer portal who have kind of moved right into that role as well. And so really excited with the direction our group's going.
You look at your non-conference schedule, it's very ambitious. What was your philosophy, and what are you looking forward to with these teams that you're playing?
You know, we want to be challenged in the non-conference. We want to be tested, and so that by the time we get to American Conference play, that we're battle-tested, ready to go on the road, at home, wherever it is. And so we really try to challenge ourselves as much as possible, but more importantly, put ourselves in position to be in the conversation for an at-large bid. We've got 6 to 7 Quad 1 and Quad 2 opportunities in the non-conference, and that's what it takes.
I know since you've been here, it's been a crazy pace, almost hit the floor running nonstop. But as you catch your breath, you see your facilities, you see this city, you see this university. What about what you have to sell?
I'm absolutely in love with this place. I don't think there's a better place in the country, from the support we have at the top, to campus, to our facilities, to the city of Tampa and surrounding communities. I saw something today that said it's a top 2 place to live in the United States of America. I think it's firmly got that #1 spot, and we're fired up to be here.
What are you doing right now, and what are you going to be doing right up until opening night to get this team ready?
Yeah, right now, week 1 of school, we give the guys off. We just came back from a 3-day retreat where we bring in 4 Navy SEALs that put our guys through some mental and physical training for 3 days. We're off for the first week of school. Next week, we'll ramp up individual workouts until September 22nd, and that date is when we start official practice. We'll get 30 of them in before that first game, opening night. We've got a lot of work to do, but we're heading in the right direction.
A lot of times when there's a new coach, it's a rebuild. I think you're after a championship, not a rebuild.
Yeah, I think the foundation was laid here, and I always want to give respect to Coach Amir. What a phenomenal job he did, and we're gonna play and honor his memory and his legacy, and So this isn't a rebuild. There's a solid foundation, and we're going to build on that.
Coach Hudson, thank you very much. Can't wait for the season.
Thank you very much.
Joey, thank you. Coach, thank you. 1st and 10 for the Bulls at the 49-yard line of Boise State. 10-7 South Florida. 9:53 to go, third quarter. Sam Franklin is the running back for the Bulls. 3 wide receivers. Play clock down to single digits. Wyatt Sullivan, the tight end, moves to the right side. The throw, and Nimrod unable to catch it. A little bit low for him at the 45. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think those are the throws that USF has missed this game in the passing game, right? Those rhythm type of medium-level throws, medium distance to keep this offense progressing down the field.
Here's Franklin bouncing off a tackler and winds up getting about a yard on the left side. 3rd down and 9 coming up. Rushing yards continue to be very challenging for the Bulls. 20 carries, 29 yards. 3rd down and 9 at the Boise State 48. It has been a defensive slugfest most of the night. Franklin lines up to the right side. Brown to throw, looking, has time, throws far sideline, caught, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. To about the 45, they're going to get about 3 yards. Sullivan made the catch, but 4th down coming up. And the Bulls will send the punt unit out, try to pin Boise State back. 4th and 6 from the Broncos 45, and Leon, who pinned them back at the 10-yard line earlier tonight, will try to do it again. Good snap. He's going to throw. It's a fake. He throws it downfield. Caught at the 10-yard line, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida. Chase Leon to Singleton. The fake on the punt, and the Bulls find the end zone. Boy, oh boy, Singleton was running free, and Sam Leon got it there, but it took a while. But Singleton able to run under it.
Listen, man, we might have to put that guy as quarterback number 3 on the depth chart. Maybe that's already his role, but that was a pretty ball. Who has the audacity to fake a punt early in this season? It's Coach Golish. He has the audacity, and that ball was perfectly placed. It was perfectly timed, and shout out to Singleton to catch that ball out there on the perimeter at its high point, break a tackle, and get into the end zone.
So the kick coming. It was Singleton on the reception. The Bulls were in punt formation. And Singleton made the catch. 49 yards. Extra point is good. So we thought it was Leon, the punter, but they are giving Marcellus Tate as the person who made the pass. And I don't think they got that right either. It was Lachlan Hewlett. So everybody is wrong on the pass. I had it as Leon, the punter. The official scorer has it as Marcellus Tate, but credited to Lachlan Hewlett, the freshman, his first collegiate pass, and it winds up as a touchdown for South Florida.
Well, it makes so much sense, Jim, because guess what? In the spring game, Hewlett was absolutely firing it up. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit biased because guess where this guy is from? He's from the part of Florida that I'm absolutely in love with because that's where I'm from. St. Augustine, Florida, a little bit south of Jacksonville. And we saw this guy in the spring game. He was the guy that everybody talked about in the spring game in terms of his production, finding guys down the field. So I was a little bit confused thinking a punter threw a ball that beautiful, but it was nobody other than Lachlan Hewlett, the freshman out of St. Augustine, Florida.
17-7 Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
You missed the big meeting with our client.
My noisy garage door finally broke.
I told you to get it serviced by Banco Overhead Doors.
I was trying to save money.
Well, luckily your intern made the meeting.
She did?
Hi!
And she closed the sale.
She what?
I'm going to use the commission check to buy my first house.
You what?
And I'll make sure to have Banco take care of my garage door.
Smart girl.
Banco Overhead Doors reminds you to get your annual garage door tune-up. It could be the most important decision you ever make. Schedule now at bancodoors.com.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center?
And exhale.
Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Run with the Bulls right here on Q105.
45 yards, Lachlan Hewlett to Keyshawn Singleton. My goodness, Joey, nerves of steel to call that play.
Yeah, I give the Bulls so much credit for being bold and getting Lachlan Hewlett on the field along with Keyshawn Singleton. Boise State should have noticed that and called a timeout, but the Bulls got the play off, and what a pass by the freshman, Lachlan Hewlett.
They really slipped him in. Obviously, we didn't see it either, but Hewlett, the third-string quarterback freshman, able to hit Singleton, who then broke a tackle and got in the end zone to give the Bulls their first two-score lead of this game. 17-7 South Florida with 8:18 remaining in the third quarter. So the Bulls getting set to kick off. Adam Zugawi. Boy, oh boy. Sherrod is deep. And he will let this ball go back of the end zone, touchback. And Boise State will take over, trailing by 10. So Hewlett's first pass at the college level comes out of a punt formation touchdown.
You know, I love when coaches say, hey, listen, son, you got talent. I can't start you at the position that you're here on scholarship for, but I'm going to find a way to use your talent. And that's what Coach Golish did. Again, this kid was lighting it up in the spring game here just a few months ago.
1st and 10 from the 25 for Boise State. Rolling out to the right, Madsen to throw, got a man, it's caught. This will be about a 10 or 12 yard pickup and enough for a first down. On the far side of the field, Ben Ford with his second reception of the night. Looks like they only gave him about the 34.5, so he's actually short of the first down. It'll be second down and about half a yard. Ball between the 34 and the 35-yard line. Quentin Brown in motion. Handoff left side. Boy, the Bulls stuffed this, but they only needed half a yard. I think they got the first down right at the 35-yard line. It'll be just enough for a new set of downs. 1st and 10 for Boise State.
Yeah, I think it's important that USF's defense just, controls the emotional part of their approach to this game. Emotions are high, the crowd is on their feet, but you still have to play assignment football because this Boise State team is good enough to still put the ball in the end zone. And there's a lot of time left in this game, Jim.
from the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Madsen rolling out, getting chased, and his pass is knocked down by Jalen Schuler. Schuler slaps that ball down, gives the big smile for the camera, and it's 2nd and 10.
That's a vet move right there. You know, they always say, hey, when the quarterback pump fakes the ball, don't take your feet off the ground. But I think he choreographed that one pretty well, and he didn't anticipate a pump. He saw that he really released the ball, and that was a nice knockdown by Jalen Schuler.
2nd down and 10 from the 35. 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Madsen going to throw again. Has time, steps up, going to try to run, and he will get a few before being tackled. Just short of the 40-yard line, Denard Flowers getting a lot of time with the Mike Williams injury. Made that tackle. It's 3rd down and 5. What a big 3rd down here. Boise State 4 out of 10 on 3rd down conversions. They're on their own 40-yard line, 3rd and 5. 3 wide receivers right. Tight end in motion. Madsen rolls right, throws. It is caught, and he's short. They are short. They needed the 45. Ford made the catch, but it's 4th down, and the Broncos have a big decision here. 4th and 2 on their own 43, trailing by 10, late 3rd quarter. Offense staying on the field. Last year on 4th downs, Boise State 15 of 22, 68%. They need 2 here. They're going to try to throw for it. Dancing around, Madsen runs, and he gets the 1st down. Nice elusive run by Madsen. Thought the Bulls might have had him hemmed in for a minute, but he found a way to get the 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a great play by him, Jim, and we know that this guy has some mobility, and he's kept his eyes down the field for most of the game. But when it's been time for him to tuck the ball and run it and make something happen with his feet, he's done a great job at that. It looks like Mac Harris might have had him corralled, but just missed the tackle at the last minute.
1st and 10 on the Bulls 48. Madsen gonna throw. A lot of time, way too much time, but he can't find anybody. Now dumps it off. He took the check down, and he got it to his running back, Sire Gaines, who's going to pick up 5, maybe 6.
Officials, timeout for an injury.
Got a Bull shaken up at the end of the play. It'll be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 on the Bulls 42. And we'll see if we can find out which Bull is shaken up. Look like it might be a lineman near the line of scrimmage at the end of that play. 4:52 to go, 3rd quarter. Rockies Rookies is the official kids club of USF Athletics. Rockies Rookies members receive exclusive merchandise, invitations to special events, free tickets, and more. Find out how to join Rockies Rookies by visiting GoUSFBulls.com. Got a timeout for the injury. We'll tell you more on that when we return. 4:52 to go, 3rd quarter. 17-7 Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
Mira, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey Bulls fans, score big at Hooters this season and take advantage of the Bulls Bundle Tailgate Pack. 20 traditional wings, 20 boneless wings, fries, or tots for $62.99. Available for to-go orders only in the Tampa Bay area. Visit originalhooters.com to place your order. Even better, you can register for your chance to win a Hooters USF tailgate party. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your catered tailgate, including USF tents and chairs, before the November 6th game versus UTSA. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls to enter. Hooters, get your game on.
At Joe Cool Home Services, we know teachers and first responders give everything to keep our community strong. Now it's our turn to give back. Every teacher and first responder who signs up at joecoolair.com receives a free year-long total plan membership valued at $800. That's 2 HVAC checkups, a plumbing inspection, a hot water heater flush, 15% off services, and more. Go to joecoolair.com for your free total plan.
The action continues on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
17-7 Bulls. 10-second break for station identification on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
WRBQ FM HD1 HD2 Tampa, WJBR AM Sefner, W276CX Newport Richie, W221 DW Tampa. This is South Florida Bulls football.
Don't miss Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish, the half-hour show hosted by Derek Sharp, Joey Johnston, and Kaylee Cottrell. Can be heard each game week featuring a different player guest in addition to the head coach. Bullseye is available each Wednesday on your favorite podcast app. Just search South Florida Bulls Audio. And a video version hits each Thursday on the USF Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Sam, more often than not, the Bulls defense has made the big play tonight. Could use one now here with Boise State starting to move the ball.
Yeah, definitely. But it all comes down to assignment football, right? And what happens is defenses start to get fatigued later in the game, and when fatigue sets in, that's when the missed assignments, that's when the MAs and things like that come in. So you just got to lock in. The emotional intelligence piece is very important now.
Madsen gonna rush, and he will get the first down. Schuler wraps him up, but not before he gets down near the 31. That's going to be about an 11-yard scramble. And Madsen gets his team another first down. 1st and 10 on the South Florida 31. And whistles before the snap here. Bulls take a timeout. So the Bulls got the timeout.
Charge him out of the half. South Florida, 30 seconds.
First time out of the second half for South Florida. Joey, sometimes you got to catch your breath, and I kind of feel like that might have been where the Bulls were there.
Yeah, I think on defense, the Bulls want to be precisely certain what they are going to try to do here in their alignment and their plan. They don't want any bad mistakes here as Boise is trying to drive their way back into this game. The Bulls are trying to get a stop or a turnover, and Coach Todd Orlando wants to make sure that everybody understands exactly what to do.
Time of possession so far, Boise State a little under 21 minutes. The Bulls a little under 16 minutes. Broncos have run 53 plays, the Bulls 38. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Malik Sherrod is the running back. Madsen with 28 passes tonight. Hands it off. Sherrod gets busted out wide to the right, and he will be dropped for a loss. Rico Watson led the charge, and it'll be 2nd down and long.
Rico Watson is a guy that you saw last year just doing some really good things, but he's advanced his ability to make plays in the backfield. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten faster. And he's just a mean guy at the defensive line position. You know, he's always behind the line of scrimmage. We saw the big sack he had earlier, and he made another phenomenal play just then.
10th play of the drive coming up. 2nd and 11 from the 32 of the Bulls. It's Sherrod running it up the middle, and he's got good yardage. He's going to get inside the 25. He'll be short of the first down, but not by much. To the 23, it'll be 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 from the Bulls 23. 3:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Bulls leading 17-7. Edson over center, gains the running back, is behind him. Gonna throw, dumps it over the middle. It's caught and jarred loose. That'll be incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 2 from the 23. Fred Gaskin with a hit to drive that ball loose.
Yeah, what I've seen from this defense today, we talked about the all black, right? And there's something to be said when a team shows up in all black, all right? Maybe some that aren't appropriate for radio, but I'll tell you this. These guys are playing like they're wearing all black today.
They're going on 4th and 2. They could get it to a one-score game with a field goal. But they've got the offense out there. They're running the play. Here's the pass. It's incomplete. Bulls football on downs. He threw it behind Gaines, and South Florida will take over. Boise State would have had about a 40-yard field goal to make it a 7-point game. They gambled instead, and it burned them.
Yeah, and it's now, USF and Boise State are a little bit even in terms of decisions that did not pay off. Earlier in the game, USF went for it on 4th and 1. They weren't able to convert it. And then next thing you know, Boise State ultimately capitalized on that failure. Now USF, they're not as close to their, as to their end zone or whatever the case may be, but they're still in great position, and Boise State is down 2 scores still.
From the 23 of the Bulls, 1st and 10. Moody Rubin in motion. It's Brown keeping, designed run left side, and he'll get maybe a yard before being thrown back. You hear the crowd reaction looking for a flag, but none forthcoming. It'll be 2nd and 9. Brown now 13 carries, 25 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to throw on 2nd down. And flag comes down. That's going to be pass interference on Boise State. Trying to get it to Singleton. The pass was incomplete, just a couple yards downfield.
Pass interference for 43. Defense, spot foul, and automatic 1st down.
So that's on Boise State. And the Bulls will get a 1st down via penalty. Linebacker Jake Ripp with the call against him. Penalty number 6 on the night on the Broncos. 1st and 10 Bulls on the 30-yard line. We're down to 2:18 remaining, 3rd quarter. Brown straight drop, looking, throws it long downfield. He's looking for Nimrod. He's got him, and he makes the catch at the 20. He'll be down inside the 15. Byron Brown put it in a dime, and once again, Chaz Nimrod just too fast for the Boise State secondary. On the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Brown runs left side, looking for the edge, makes a juke, diving for the end zone, touchdown! Byron Brown, 15 yards. The Bulls extend their lead. Just that fast. 55 on the pass, 15 on the run, and the Bulls now lead 23-7.
I think that run was just so special to me because Byron Brown, he has such a long stride that his speed is deceptive. And I think the defensive back thought he could tackle him in open field, and he gave him an inside move, broke a tackle, dove into the end zone. Man, that's just phenomenal effort, not only by this offense, but how about the captain of this offensive unit, the leader of this team in Byron Brown, and he's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Extra point coming from Nico Gramatica, and it is good. 3 plays, 77 yards, 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Officials, timeout for an injury.
Looks like Cole Skinner may be shaken up on that extra point. But Chaz Nimrod with the big reception. He now has 3 catches for 96 yards. Brown has now run for 2 touchdowns, 40 yards rushing, 178 through the air. 1:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, up 17. And Joey, this has been quite a tour de force by Byron Brown.
Yeah, it absolutely has. And when you look at his stats, you think, oh, he's just outrunning people. No, it's much more than that. As we've seen, he has lowered his shoulder and decapitated defenders. He is starting and stopping. He has great instincts and great power. He is a compelling force. And I think people are watching this around the country. And Byron Brown's reputation is shooting through the roof right now.
Bulls now with 268 yards of offense, 228 for Boise. And we talked a lot, Sam, about this tremendous rushing game for Boise State, but here they are, 30 passes in this game. They've only run for 87 yards. Those are not Boise State kind of numbers.
Yeah, I think the reality of the situation is historically that's what they've been known for, and that's what they were known for last year. But Ashton Gentry he's not here anymore. He's no longer on this team. And so you got to go where your personnel is. So where do you go next? You go with the guy who was the second best player on their team, and that was their quarterback. And you put the game in his hands. He's a veteran player now, but unfortunately he just has not been able to have the success that you would hope for a veteran quarterback to have. And let's be honest, it's not about Boise State right now. I think this USF team has just played phenomenal football. I'm going to tell you something. You take away that failed fourth down conversion early in the game, where's Boise State?
It's a 24-0 game.
No, they're at Dunkin' Donuts, a big 0, nothing, okay?
Well, that too.
But either way, man, this defense has just been playing some great football, and it's a pleasure to see, and they're scoring out in front of their fans today. Way to open the season. They still got a long ways to go. This Boise State team is good enough to come back, but right now it looks like USF is in major control of this game.
Late third quarter, 17-point South Florida lead as the Bulls get ready to kick off. Adam Zugawi has hit the end zone with his last couple of kicks, and he's ready to launch here. Heading toward the end zone, and that will be another touchback. They had a different return man. They had Dylan Riley back this time, and Riley is a guy to watch. He had a 96-yard kick return touchdown last year, but didn't get an opportunity there on the touchback, so Boise State will take over 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. So both teams have gone for fourth down plays, had them fail, and then had the opposing team hit the end zone directly afterwards. From the 25-yard line, first down for Boise. Madsen against pressure, throws, it's caught at the 30. Nice move out to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down for Latrell Caples. That'll be about a 15-yard pickup. It's Caples' third catch of the game. 1st and 10 from the 40. Some urgency now for Boise State. They run to the left side, and they'll get a couple, not much. Second down coming up. Ball just outside the 40-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. Call it second down and 7 from the 43. (24-7) South Florida. And that's 24 unanswered, by the way, for the Bulls. Madsen out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. Has time, throws it long over the middle. It's caught, ball knocked away, and we'll see if it's a fumble or a catch. The Bulls fall on it. I think it's going to be incomplete. Latrell Caples lost the football, lost his helmet as well on a big hit. It's ruled incomplete, and Caples is shaken up. Tevin Ward got him.
Yeah, he's going to be going back to his quarterback after he puts his helmet back on and say, hey, man, why'd you do me like that? That was a setup. It was in the middle of the field, and he was caught between two of the most fierce hitters on this defensive unit. Mac Harris, Tavin Ward. I mean, obviously you hope the guy's okay, but that's what playing defense is about. If you got an opportunity, you dislodge the football and find a way to get it back into the hands of your offense. And that's all I've seen from this defensive unit today. This man is getting up, walking off the field. Great play by the defensive unit.
And a pretty tough guy, Latrell Capel, is able to walk off after a big-time hit like that. Glad to see him okay. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 43. We're in the final minute of the third quarter, with the Bulls leading number 25, Boise State, 24-7. Bulls defense looking for another stop. Tight end goes right side, running back goes left side. Madsen straight drop, pressure coming, dumps it off, it's dropped, and it's 4th down. Boy, the Bulls got somebody right in his grill. I think that was Mac Harris, was it not?
Yes, it was definitely Mac Harris. A perfectly timed blitz. He ran right into the right side A-gap. And the thing is you might not always make the sack, and you might not always, impede the pass. But if you can impede the passing route, and if you can make the quarterback get that ball off just a second quicker than he wants to, it destroys the timing, and that's what Mac Harris did.
They're going on 4th and 7 from their own 43. Desperation time for Boise State, trying to stay in this game, and now a timeout taken by the Broncos.
Boise State, 30 seconds.
So each team has 2 second-half timeouts remaining. 40 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Bulls leading 24-7. And Boise State, who got stopped on a critical 4th down earlier, acting like they're going to try it again here, but we'll see coming out of the timeout. 4th and 7 from the Boise State 43. And here comes their offense. So they're going. Boy, a stop here would really put the Bulls in good shape. They need to get it to the 50-yard line. 4th and 7 at the 43. Madsen straight drop, pressure coming, throws, and it is knocked down. Incomplete. Rucker knocks it down. The Bulls will take over on downs again, and this time in Boise State territory.
Listen, Rucker could have put together listen, it's 4th down, the ball goes back in the offensive hand, but as a defensive guy, right, that's definitely a missed opportunity. One of the guys I want to give give his flowers real quick is Coach DeMarcus Van Dyke, who's new to this unit here about a year and a half ago. He's been coaching these guys up on the defensive backfield the right way. I mean, they're just playing good football. They're competing. Rucker broke on that ball as good as you could have asked for. He didn't catch it, but the ball goes back to the offense.
1st and 10 at the 43. Cartavius Norton is the running back. He gets the ball, carries it up the middle, and gets about 3 to the 40. And if the Bulls choose to, that will be the final play of the quarter. We'll see if they're going to run another one or not. From the 40 of Boise State, 2nd down and 7. Well, you'd think they would run this thing out. They came up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They don't have to snap. And now they're going to run it out. The South Florida Bulls are heading to the 4th quarter, and they're up 17 on the top 25 Boise State Broncos. Alex Golesh said it. Get this game to the 4th quarter and show them who we are. 15 minutes to go, 24-7 Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is good!
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab, where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golesh.
Thank you
you. Go Bulls.
We'll also have live play-by-play of select soccer and volleyball matches this fall. And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
Three ball right side, yeah!
Wow! We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hester! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
USF's meteoric rise in academics is matched only by its surge in athletics. USF football, in less than 30 years, is crashing the gates of college football's elite. But they've never had a true home. Until now. A cathedral built for college football, seating over 35,000. The campus will come to life as tents and RVs fill fan zones that stretch across every inch of green space. Tens of thousands of alumni and fans join in on the game day celebrations, some relaxing in luxury suites, others in exclusive club areas. Many more are gathered in one of college football's boldest features, a rooftop lounge boasting the longest bar in the state of Florida. This is more than just a stadium. It's a statement, a new home, a new era. And it all begins now.
Reserve your seat by becoming a season ticket holder today. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS. That's 1-800-GO-BULLS.
More Bulls football now on Q105.
15 minutes to go on opening night, and it's been quite a night. South Florida 24, Boise State 7. Cheer on the USF volleyball team as it starts off its home schedule and style this Tuesday against the Florida Gators. The match starts at 6 p.m. at the Yingling Center. Get there early, grab a rally towel, support the defending American Conference champion Bulls. And next Friday, the Bulls are back at the Yingling Center taking on Florida State. For tickets, visit usfbullstix.com or call 1-800-GO-BULLS. Well, Joey, it's very easy for us not playing. Just finish this thing out. Bulls have a great opportunity here.
Absolutely, and I've been racking my brain trying to think of the last time I saw a defensive domination of a great team like this. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going back to when Sam played at Florida State. I can't remember a defensive game like this until all the way back then.
Joey, I agree. You're talking about a ranked opponent. Can't necessarily remember if Florida State was ranked in. Doesn't even matter.
They were.
Okay, they were ranked. Was it 17th in the country?
18.
All right, my memory's coming back. I still got a brain, but you're right, Joey. I mean, from the physicality of this game, stopping the key players, and then the offense just making the big plays when it matters, that's what I'm seeing here. So I'm on your side now, Joey.
Brown gonna throw, he sends it out to Norton, makes the catch, and Cartavius Norton is off to the races. He gets inside the 20-yard line, and that'll be a first down for South Florida. See if that ball came out at the end or not. But a screen pass to the right side to Norton. The Bulls busted for a big gain, but now who's got the football? Bulls have played turnover-free football until now. They're still untangling folks. South Florida football. So Norton apparently got it back, and the Bulls are going to be inside the Boise State 20-yard line with a first down.
And then this is a big separation on a ranked team. You know what I mean? This shows this is a statement. This is what you asked for. There's 14 and a half minutes to go here, Jim, but as this thing gets closing out, USF is encroaching, on this end zone here. This might get ugly for Boise State.
24 yards on that play. 1st and 10 from the Broncos' 16. flared out to the left, Moody Rubin, and he gets horse-collared inside the 15. Gained about 3. No flags. It'll be second down. They'll give him 2 to the 14. Surprise, no flag on that, but play on. Another quick pass. It's Rubin again, splits the defenders, gets inside the 10-yard line. He's a little short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 8. Handoff, Norton, he's got the first down, he's got the touchdown. Cartavius Norton scored against the Bulls last year for Charlotte. He scores 4 of the Bulls this year. It's 30-7.
Yeah, just continue. I think the thing that's standing out the most to me at this point, Jim, is confidence. They're not shifting. You can tell they believe in themselves. And regardless of where they are in this game, they're still competing like they're down 21. And that's what you want to see from a team. And that's the competitive nature that Coach Golish has been talking about since he's got here at the University of South Florida. So it's really beautiful to see that this is all coming to fruition in the game opener and the season opener, home opener against Boise State.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7, Boise State, his first of the game. Then 15-yard penalty being enforced on the kickoff.
So the penalty after the play, unsportsmanlike for Boise State, that's Jamarian McCoy. And now Gramatica for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. And the Bulls add another one on. 5 plays, 43 yards, 2 minutes, 9 seconds. How about 31 unanswered for the Bulls? 13:26 to go. Bulls up big on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Beef O'Brady's want your kids to be part of the USF Bulls Player Tunnel. This season, at all USF Bulls home football games, your child can get on the field at Raymond James Stadium as the Bulls get set to take on their rivals. Sign up at Bulls Bay in the South Plaza on game day to be part of this amazing experience. Participation subject to NCAA and American Conference compliance rules. Beef O'Brady's, proud partner of the USF Bulls.
You're locked in with the Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
31-7. Bulls fans want the best shot at seats in USF's brand new on-campus stadium opening in 2027. The key is getting your 2025 season tickets now. Early ticket holders get priority when it's time to pick seats in the new stadium. That means better views, better vibes, and a front row spot in Bulls history. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS or visit usf.edu/stadium to lock in your tickets and stay in the loop. Don't wait. The future of Bulls football starts today. 13:26 to go. Nico Gramatica is going to kick off now for the Bulls. He handled those duties most of last year. We've seen Zugawi this evening so far, but Gramatica now has it teed up. 31 unanswered points for South Florida. They've outgained Boise State 311 yards to 246. Gramatica ready to go, kicking toward the student section, which has hung in really good tonight. A squib kick that's taken by an up back at the 20, and they'll get to about the 25-yard line. So that's where Boise State will take over, and boy, they don't have a lot of margin for error now.
Yeah, none whatsoever. And I mean, if you just do the math here, every drive they have, Jim, moving forward, this is a, at minimum 3-possession game, assuming you're successful with 3 two-point conversions, and then you tie it. But regardless, Boise State, to your point, has no room for error.
1st and 10 from the 25. Madsen to throw over the middle behind his intended receiver and incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tried to get that to Caples and just a little bit behind him.
Yeah, it was you can do all the catching you want from the jug machine, but sometimes it's all about that body positioning, and that receiver had to pretty much do a pirouette to get to that ball.
2nd and 10 from the 25. 3 wide receivers, wide side left. Gonna throw again, over the middle again, and this one is caught. Nice sliding catch by Caples. Out past the 40-yard line, that'll be enough for a 1st down. They pick up 16 to the 41. 1st and 10, Boise State, 13 minutes to go. Throwing again, over the middle again, incomplete, over the head of Caples. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, and Madsen just testing the middle of the field, and you just get the feeling, Sam, that the Bulls secondary is going to get one of those before too long.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, at this point, he's really just trying to force things and get anything to work as this clock is winding down, and so he's going to do things out of desperation and try to do things that he hadn't done all game, and these defensive backs are as confident as ever. 2nd
and 10. Throwing sideline this time, and it's caught for a short gain. Matt Lauder to about the 46. So that's a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Precious seconds ticking away for Boise State. 12:35 to go. 31-7, South Florida. Tight end in motion. Madsen looking near sideline, throws, juggled, and caught, and I think they got the 1st down. Nice hands by Matt Lauder. He turned around, and that ball was on him. He was able to make the catch.
That was Jalen Schuler on the cover. We've said his name probably a dozen times today because he's just been around the ball so much. And again, as a former linebacker for USF, I'm just proud to see the way these guys showed up in today's game, not only leading, with their playmaking ability, but being there from an emotional standpoint as to keep their team's emotions regulated.
Another throw down the middle, and this one is caught inside the Bulls' 20-yard line. Cameron Bates with his 2nd catch of the night, all the way down to the Bulls' 17. And the Broncos moving the ball through the air. They've got a 1st down. Madsen again to throw. Under pressure this time. Steps away, throws it incomplete. He had Caples, but he was pressured, had to throw it off balance and missed him at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and 10, 11 and a half minutes to go.
Although, USF isn't stacking up notches in the sack category, there has been some instances where they've made it pretty difficult for this quarterback to keep his eyes down the field. When the pressure's coming, they haven't been as successful as they probably would like in terms of sacks, but they are really getting after it.
Second down and 10. Straight drop from Madsen. Pressure again. And he has to dump it off to the sideline. It's incomplete. Josh Seliskar wearing that number 63, given the pressure that time. 3rd and 10. Bulls looking for what would be their first win over a ranked opponent in 9 years. 3rd and 10 from the 17. Long snap count, play count down to 3. Now they snap it. Here comes pressure. They force Madsen to roll to the left. Pump fake. He'll keep it, and he'll be dumped short of the first down. Nice open field tackle by Jarvis Lee, setting up 4th down. Field goal's not going to help. They'll keep the offense out there. 4th and 5 on the Bulls' 12.
Well, I tell you what, Jim. You know, you're right. A field goal turns it into a 4-possession game. But if you don't get a touchdown here, you're in big trouble.
From the Bulls' 12-yard line, 4th and 5. This is the 5th time they've gone for it on 4th down. They're 2 out of 4. Tight end in motion. Rolling to the right. He drops the football, and the Bulls recover at the 25. They stopped him again with the help of quarterback Maddox Madsen, who flat out dropped the football, and Ira Singleton was there to pounce on it. 3rd turnover of the night.
Yeah, this is probably the best defensive performance. You know, you talk about USF history. I mean, this has to be up there. I mean, they've just been consistently all over this offense and have found a way to make plays in so many different areas. And it's just good to see that they haven't toned it down. I mean, you look at the big games.
Bulls are in the driver's seat, and their foot is still on the gas. 10:34 to go. 31-7 on the South Florida Bulls radio network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
At Joe Cool Home Services, we know teachers and first responders give everything to keep our community strong. Now it's our turn to give back. Every teacher and first responder who signs up at joecoolair.com receives a free year-long total plan membership valued at $800. That's 2 HVAC checkups, a plumbing inspection, a hot water heater flush, 15% off services, and more. Go to joecoolair.com for your free total plan.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, junior hot and crispy fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
This is your head football coach, Alex Golish. The new radio home for Bulls football is Q105.
The football team hits the road next Saturday, September 6th, to take on the Florida Gators in Gainesville. Kickoff set for 4:15 with a radio pregame starting at 3:15 on the new flagship station for South Florida football, Q105. Sam, the other thing to think about, too, this is national television tonight. It's a Thursday night. There's not a lot of games going on. It's the beginning of the season. Everybody's football hungry right now. There are a ton of eyes on this tonight, seeing what South Florida is doing to this top 25 team.
Yeah, I think, to be quite honest with you, it's my belief that plenty of people really are, know what USF is capable of. I think these past few years, USF has experienced some lull moments, but they know what type of football players and what type of football is played here at the University of South Florida. And it's just time for people to continue to take notice and for people to be reminded. We've beat top 25 teams before. It's been some time, but we've played at this type of caliber, and I think it's good that people are seeing this happen again.
Here's Sam Franklin getting the edge left side, puts his shoulder down and gets to the 30. That'll be a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Bulls in no particular hurry now. From their 30-yard line, 2nd and 5. Brown reading the signals from the Bulls sideline and watching the clock go tick, tick, tick. Navy in 2016 was the last ranked team the Bulls beat. Quick little out to Porter, gets by one man and then gets spun out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard. And 3rd down coming up. Brown now 17 of 24 for 209. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6 from the Bulls 29. 9:30 to go. And again, it's kind of startling to see this Bulls offense kind of standing around milking the play clock, but that's what makes sense now, up 24 in the 4th quarter. Now ready to go on 3rd and 6. Franklin goes in motion. Brown going to follow him to the right side, throws at the last minute, and it goes through Franklin's hands. Incomplete. An option pass, and if Franklin had been able to catch it, it probably would have been a 1st down. Instead, Bulls will have to bring the punt team out. And we do mean the punt team. We're going to make sure it's Chase Leon going out there.
Yeah, well, you hadn't seen too many punts come out of this offense today because they've just found a way to continue to press the issue against this Boise State defense. And they have about 10 minutes less of time of possession than Boise State. And they've done more, a ton more than Boise State have done, but obviously in less time.
Here's Leon's kick. This one is a wobbler, hits down at the 40, takes a South Florida roll, and it will be dead at the 38-yard line of Boise State. If you're just joining us, Alex Golish slipped in backup quarterback Lachlan Hewlett on a punt play from South Florida territory. And Hewlett threw the ball downfield, hit Keyshawn Singleton for a long touchdown. And that one really turned this game around. So we're going to call that today. It's Bring the Energy Moment, presented by Lunex Power. The big play on special teams. That's your Bring the Energy Moment, presented by Lunex Solar Power. To learn more about Lunex, head to lunexpower.com. That's LUNEX power.com. 1st down throw for Madsen is going to gain 7 to the right side. 2nd and 3 at the 45. And he will not be able to throw this time, but he fights through some defenders, avoids the snap, and actually gets a 3-yard gain for the 1st down. So the ball out now to the Boise State 49. By the way, Madsen has now thrown 44 times tonight. That is a career high. He threw it 42 times against Fresno State 2 years ago. It shows you how far Boise State is out of their normal offense. Here comes throw number 45. Maybe going to tuck it and run instead. Got some room in the center of the field, and he'll slide down at about the 35 of the Bulls.
Yeah, one of the low moments this game, Jalen Shuler, he made it back here to the quarterback, but he didn't bring him down, and I know he's going to watch film and wish he had that one.
1st and 10 from the Bulls 37. Madsen throwing and caught Nice catch. Bulls defender was there and couldn't quite make the play, and the tight end, Lauder, makes the reception, picks up a few yards. They'll move it to the 34, where it will be 2nd down and 7. 7:25 to go. 31-7, South Florida. Madsen to throw, pressure coming, dumps it off, and it's through the hands of Ben Ford on the near sideline, incomplete. And that'll set up 3rd down. James Chenault on the coverage there. 3rd down and 6 from the 33-yard line. All sorts of good stuff on the postgame coming up. We'll hear from Alex Golish. Highlights of this one as well. Jim Whitehall and Derek Sharp with you. As soon as this one ends, timeout taken by South Florida. They've got one remaining.
Second, charge them out of the half. South Florida, 30 seconds.
So the Bulls with one timeout remaining. Big showdown next week. Joey, the Bulls have had some success over the years in Gainesville. They've never finished it out, but they've stayed right with the Gators for significant amounts of time. And you have to wonder, Florida watching this game tonight and doing their scout has got to be thinking, what's coming our way next weekend?
Well, you're right. The Bulls should have won the game in Gainesville in 2022, but it got away 31-28. But the fact that the Bulls are going to go in with a win, that will set up an enormous week of build-up and fun that we can enjoy next week as USF goes to Florida. And believe you me, the Gators are going to be wary after watching this game.
3:15 the start for our radio pregame, 4:15 for kickoff. About 125 miles up the road in Gainesville. That is Saturday, not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday. The Bulls will also have the benefit of a long week heading into that game. And Sam, if they can get out of this last 7 minutes without any injury issues or anything unusual going on, this has played out just about perfectly for the Bulls. A dominating win, and then an extra 2 days to get ready for Florida.
Yeah, agreed, Jim. And truth be told, what you're going to see here is you're going to start seeing backups come into this game, Jim, because at some point in time, it becomes mathematically impossible for Boise State to get back into this game. And so I think what we'll see here is we'll see the defense just do the best job they can. And eventually, if the offense gets the ball again, all they're going to do is slow this thing down. And it'll reduce the likelihood of any injuries, specifically because you got the backups in the game. Not saying that those guards aren't important from an injury standpoint, but those starters, you want to get those guys out of the line of fire.
Don't miss Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish, the half-hour show hosted by Derek Sharp, Joey Johnston, and David Cottrell. Can be heard each game week featuring a different player guest in addition to the head coach. Bullseye is available each Wednesday on your favorite podcast app. Just search South Florida Bulls Audio, and a video version that's each Thursday on the USF Athletics YouTube channel. Did a lot of good stuff on that this week and a lot to talk about as the Bulls have dominated Boise State here. It's a little bit deceiving on the yardage. Bulls have actually been outgained 325 to 316, but that doesn't tell you the story. Bulls defense has made 3 different 4th down stops. They've held Boise State to 5 of 15 on 3rd downs. And they've had some explosive plays offensively, scoring 31 unanswered points. Boise State has not scored since the first quarter. Right now it's a 3rd and 6 on the Bulls' 38. Or rather 33-yard line coming off the timeout. Maddox Madsen 25 of 45 for 225 and 1 touchdown. Sherrod is the running back. He gets the ball on 3rd and 6, and he ain't going to get there. Bulls knock him backwards. He got to the 30, but he's going to be 3 full yards short. So it'll be another 4th down for the Broncos, and it looks like they'll go for it once again here. 4th and 3 on the 30.
The world doesn't know who Jalen Schuler is, Mac Harris, Byron Brown. They know now. These guys have showed up, in a major way for this team today.
Empty backfield, 4th and 3. Bulls threaten blitz. Schuler jumped up to the line. Here he comes. Now he drops back. They throw. It's incomplete. And for the 4th time in this game, the Bulls have stopped Boise State on 4th down.
Yeah, that was Mac Harris. Said his name probably about a dozen times today, too, right alongside Jalen Schuler. Rarely do you see a linebacker lined up in the cornerback position, but that happens when the offense motions the running back out and they're in some type of, the defense is in man-to-man coverage. And you just do that to put personnel on personnel. And so they tried to go with a nice little slant route. Mac Harris covered it up, made contact with the ball carrier. It was an incomplete defense off the field.
So the Bulls have 6 minutes and 34 seconds to get rid of. 1st and 10 on their 30-yard line. Not only a top 25 win, but a dominating one if they can finish this out. Rubin in motion. Handoff right up the middle. Alvon Isaac splits the defense. He's across the 50, and he's tripped up inside the 25. Alvon Isaac almost got there, but the Bulls are in business again.
Yeah, major business, Jim. You can almost put this one here in the barn.
He got to the 21, unofficially 49 yards on the carry for Isaac. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Bulls. From the 21-yard line, 5:55 to go. 14 tackles for Jalen Schuler today, by the way. Keeper Byron Brown will get a couple off the left side and slide down. He gets inside the 20. It'll be 2nd down.